College football is here, and I'm in the corner. There we go. College football is here, and we're ready to rock and roll as we get ready for Week 0. Florida State, Georgia Tech join us for an all-day watch party, and yes, we're going to have a post-game show. Yes, we're going to be opening up the phone lines. This is a fun one. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hang out with us, talk with us, and we'll be in and out kind of all evening and afternoon. So we'll see you here on the Crowded Booth.
Pile in here and make yourself feel at home. The Crowded Booth is coming on. The Crowded Booth with Bryce Koon.
Welcome in, fellas. How are we doing?
Oh, I was in the middle for a second there. It's kind of nice.
Hey, this is a ton of Florida State fans. I don't know if you guys can see this. We're going to watch this. We're going to watch along with this game. We're going to have, obviously our best bets are in there. Captains out on the field. But any last-minute change of predictions? I think we all predicted Florida State to win this game. But what do you know? What do you think? What do you think?
I'll tell you this. There you go. That's what Tech fans are feeling right now.
Mom, come pick me up. I'm scared. Matt Hubbard needs an adult. That's what we have learned.
I have no changes. Will's mic's not working.
My computer crashed 3 minutes before we were supposed to go live.
Yeah.
Welcome in.
Yeah, Will's mic's still not working. I have no changes in my predictions. I still say the same thing, Bryce, is I don't want to talk about it more than we already have.
Yeah.
You got to keep the ball out of FSU's hands, man. You can't let them have the control of time of possession if you're Georgia Tech. Don't limit the interceptions and turnovers, and you're gonna see a lot of 3 and outs probably in the first part of this game, just for the sheer fact that it's so early in the season. Everyone's a little jittery, a little giddy. You're gonna see DJ Hughes will probably overthrow a few passes. Haynes King might underthrow or overthrow a few passes, just getting the nerves kicked off your body for a few plays. But everyone locks it into that. So,
well, and two,
we have sound, Will.
You have sound, Will. You got audio?
No audio.
Oh my gosh. We'll see you in the second quarter, pal. No, but in all seriousness, Ralph, and we'll go back to this layout until Will gets here. In all seriousness, weather looks pretty like it's going to be a pretty big factor in this game too, which I think is something to keep an eye on. Georgia Tech returns the leading ACC rushing attack. Could that be a blow to them? Florida State, I think, is going to be able to run the football well. If rain's a factor, okay? If rain is a factor and this game is sloppy, I actually think it favors Georgia Tech in terms of just playing a little more chaotic.
Well, we'll find out quickly about FSU's offense. They have the ball first.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. So we're just going to watch along here. SEC Unfiltered, hammer the Knowles, he says. So I think I will tell you this on for Bet Online. I got them. I got Georgia Tech covering for some reason.
Is that a hammer the Knowles a bet, or is it hammer the Knowles like is it beat the Knowles?
I'm just pumped Joe Tessitore is calling this game.
Gavin Hart, Tech looks so sorry.
All right,
fan base, and
our first look at a Tyler Santucci Georgia Tech defense. Let's see what happens here.
I'll tell you one thing, Bryce. And I want to ask all the Tech fans that are watching, the 51 people who are watching live right now. If FSU was just to drive down their throat first drive, all the way to the end zone,
what's the feeling?
What are you feeling? Now, I'm just saying, what if? Not saying it's going to happen, but what if FSU just drives downfield? You've been hyped up this defense in Santucci, and now you're watching it just crumble. Are you feeling nervous? Are you feeling like it's first quarter jitters, first game jitters? What are you feeling as a Tech fan? I want to hear people talk about it. Oh, we got a throw first pass. Okay.
It's a good first down play call right there.
Beautiful play.
And I think, too, like the biggest thing we talked about, Ralph, is you got to get DJU comfortable. You know what I mean? Like if Florida State gets him comfortable, that's where I have a hard time seeing like Georgia Tech being able to stop that.
Yeah, you don't want to air it out first play. Yeah, you're not trying to send a message downfield. Just get some short routes going. Spread them out, open up your run game, and just go to work. I mean, that's what Florida State is going to do. They're just going to make it as simple as possible for him and not overwork him enough where he has to do too much. It's going to be a run play here.
Yeah. Kick out block there by Kyle Morlock, the former Shorter Hawk transfer.
Good addition there. Good addition.
Someone said in our Discord, why does it look like FSU home game on TV?
Uh-oh.
All right, we're back.
Hey, we got Will.
We got him.
Bryce picked the wrong camera view.
Give me your best bets real quick again for the week for this game.
Florida State -10.
Oh, I forgot. I put Will's -10.5. That's the line now.
-10.5. Over 55.5.
Uh-oh.
And first half under 27.5.
Yeah, I can't type all that out that fast.
Put it in the private chat.
Well, I texted it to you earlier.
Amari Harvey is covering Malik Benson, according to Gavin. 2 dogs.
Huge advantage, Florida State.
Oh, yeah.
Huge advantage.
I forgot that first carry by the running back was Wardell Williams' first look in the FSU jersey.
Nick Saban was excited about the pregame.
Did I just see what I think I saw?
What, the jet sweep?
Georgia Tech made a tackle. Florida State didn't break a tackle.
Oh, you're a little.
I have no clue where you are in the game, by the way.
We'll just. He's like 20 seconds ahead of me.
I'm ahead of you.
Did you just watch? Was it a first down carry by Wardell Williams for like a yard?
2nd and 7. I'm watching a split screen of Norvell and DJU.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now.
Bryce, I think you and I are on the same. Is the clock 12:25?
Yeah,
it's a yard 10 seconds ahead of me.
Well, figure it out, Ralph.
2nd and 7 here.
Streaming
YouTube
TV.
Good open field tackle. Saved a touchdown.
I can't go any faster than I am right
Dear
now.
God.
Amari Harvey.
Well, I mean, that's a look at that not great discipline by the linebackers right there that we saw last year. Flowing the wrong way. Getting caught up in traffic.
That lack of discipline got Bryce banned.
It did.
Jalen Lucas on the carry for Florida State there. It's just, like I said, Bryce, they're going to hurry up.
Well,
same play.
Already on this opening drive, it looks like
they're just
we feared the most.
Through.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we talked about. And like, obviously, it's still a long game, but like, this is the type of adjustment you're going to have to make because they're going to want to run the football. They're showing that. Like, they don't think that you can stop them up front. Like that's. And that's what they're showing.
Efer just got it blown off. They just got abused. I mean, Efer's not going to be able to get past these offensive guards.
Like you have to get them in obvious passing downs. You have to.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Don't spoil it for us.
Yeah, I'm still a few seconds behind. Oh my gosh. Well, there's 7. It's going to be 7-0.
What just came out of your mouth, bro? Lack of discipline by the linebackers.
This is
yep.
Tech
Jonesy,
fans, this is what
you're
I
right. Should have had him.
Bryce or Will a minute ago before you got back in here. I asked if Tech fans, if Florida State goes downfield first drive and just runs down your throat, gets all the way in the field and scores, how are you feeling about this Santucci defense right now? Are you nervous or just like? It's first quarter jitters, first game jitters, or you just,
Or let's just go out on some crazy limb here. Florida State's not awful. How about that?
Yeah, that's also very true.
It's 8-0.
Oh, they went for it too. Oh,
I think they faked the extra point.
Oh, they did. Oh no. Florida State is not holding back today.
I think they just
Gavin
faked the
Hart
extra point.
has already called it. He is saying game over. Oh no.
Wild.
If you are in a Discord, the Tech fans are starting to burn a little bit. It's getting a little hotter there in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, they went old swinging gate. This is old school.
Mike Norvell, man, what a play call! Starting the game off a little, just drive down the throat, and then
that's a rugby play, a flag football play, rugby play. Like
he's been watching the guy who's better than Patrick Mahomes.
Oh my!
Did he snap that sideways?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, you
that's
can.
flag
You,
football.
you can do that on a.
That's
on this system.
hilarious.
What a play call!
That could be a rugby play, or
No, that's a rugby play. You're right.
I think it's a rugby play. Yeah.
Wow,
Or
that's
it could
crazy.
be a Gaelic football play. If you're into that,
Where you can see the rain coming down.
All right. No, we're not having no Gaelic talk in here.
What's on the menu for you fellas today?
I hadn't decided.
We're going to
Wingstop.
see Will eat a wet burrito.
No.
I have a
see me eat Wingstop,
steak
though.
dinner tonight. Wait on
You
me.
can't see
even
the
see
cup,
it 'cause
Will.
it's
It's
green.
not in the.
Will, turn the cup around. Oh, it's all green. I forgot. Sorry, it's all green. Yeah, genius. That's a Crowded Booth Wingstop sponsored cup, by the way.
No free shout out. Free shout out.
I have a steak
You
dinner
can't see it, so it's okay.
tonight to go to.
So what are you eating for lunch?
I haven't decided yet. I'm gonna go something small, something simple, nothing too heavy. Little birthday dinner for me tonight.
All right. Well, here's where you got to answer. You're down 8-0. They have come out and punched you in the mouth. I mean, they've absolutely punched you in the mouth. Can Georgia Tech answer? And Trey Cooley is down on the field. That's the backup running back for the Jackets.
Oh, that is not good.
Well,
that's the guy who's to give you some relief at running back, and
not according to the fan base. They can't stand him. So it's probably will be Anthony Carey that will be in. That's tough. That's a commercial break. Let's talk about that first drive. It's good to see that the Discord is acting accordingly. Make sure you join that Discord. Here's the thing. Like this is exactly what we and every single national pundit said in this game. They want to run the ball down your throat and force you to stop it. Then once that happens, if you manage to stop it, they'll start to throw.
Bryce, I'll give you the first drive stats if you want to. 5 first downs, obviously 75 total yards, 17 passing yards, 2 of 2, 58 yards rushing on 5 carries, and burned 4 minutes on the clock. That is word for word what we said FSU was going to do.
It's where you have to stop them. You have to stop the run. If you don't, then it could get ugly. Now, here's the thing. If you're Georgia Tech, you got to score. Like you have to score. I think you have to score a touchdown this drive. Because
if they go up 15-0, I'm saying 15-0 because if they kick an extra point on touchdown, that's just only 15. So
someone in the Discord said, Cho said, I have Tech fans texting me telling me the season is over. We're going 3-9.
That's that's college football for you. That's every fan base, though. I'll be honest with you. If the first drive goes wrong, every fan base starts to crumble at first. I mean, I remember growing up watching Auburn play, and I think they gave up a touchdown first drive, and the person behind me at the Auburn game said, well, we're going 0-12 this year. And Auburn went on the win by 60. I mean, it doesn't matter. First drive, and if you're upset over the first drive of a 12-game season, don't watch football.
How about
Yes, Gavin. Yep. My signed Cadillac Williams picture is right around the corner from my.
Everybody's an Auburn fan on this podcast.
Bryce was an Auburn fan. Yes.
That's what I'm saying. No, is not was is. Currently.
I'm pumped to watch that Miami Florida game next week. By the way, we're going to get to watch that one before the Tech game.
I'll say this, Will. Growing up, one of my favorite memories was going to the Auburn Mississippi State game with Bryce on his crutches.
That was nuts.
That sounds miserable.
That was the game that Nick Marshall threw that touchdown to C.J. Uzama in the corner. They'll get Auburn's first SEC.
That Rod Bramlett famously called in the timeout before the play.
And then with 18 seconds left, that was Auburn's first SEC win in 2 years, or I guess a year and a half.
This stadium's sick.
It looks cool.
It is pouring down rain.
How many does it sit? Do we know? What's the capacity?
Someone said 45,000.
45. Wow, I thought it'd be bigger. It is pouring down rain. Wow.
All right, here you go.
First look at the Georgia Tech offense this year. Haynes King, obviously, after a very solid year last year, but second in the country in interceptions. How do you bounce back into that demoralizing?
That's the
drive?
That's the kind of holes you got to create right there. I mean, more of that, you're gonna have a lot of success.
Move out the way.
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing we talked about, I mentioned, and this is we'll see if Georgia Tech can have success with this, is that edge-wise, I love where Florida State is. Interior, I don't think they have a Braden Fisk type player, so that's going to be the big question mark.
I can't tell if Haynes King was struggling to hear the play call or not. Florida State fans are loud. They really are. No matter how many there are, they are loud fans.
There's a ton there. This is a de facto home game for Florida State. There's that jet sweep that I run all the time on EA College Football.
So on
good blocking on the outside there.
When I was in Auburn for the little presentation they gave us, those things are hard to hear. It's literally a walkie-talkie, and it sounds like a walkie-talkie in the headset. So I'm sure it echoes in the headset. So it's especially early in the year, we're going to see a lot of that where he's trying to hear the play. Probably a lot of timeouts because there can only be one green dot on the field at a time. But like on defense, you're going to have a couple of guys with a green dot.
Jones is also
really nice. Really nice. I
That's
love this opening drive. I love this opening drive from Buster Faulkner, taking advantage. Florida State's defense trying to pin their ears back, as I think they should.
Rutherford? Yeah. Well,
trying to back and trying to take
two different offenses here. A team that will take their time and use the clock, and yet one team that goes fast. Be careful holding on the ball there, though, Rutherford. I know you're out of bounds, but still. This is how I use Nick Harper. Oh, man. Well,
I mean, this is what you need to do. This is the exact answer that they needed offensively.
It looks like they're just not wanting Haynes King to throw now with all this rain. Nothing too deep down the field. God, it's coming down right now, isn't it? It's weird though, because I think it's only the field that's exposed to the rain.
True.
What a play call. Does it work? Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. I mean, it gets first down, but you're right there on the 1 yard line. That was a weird play call. I wasn't really expecting to see that kind of play, but.
What was the first half over? Gavin says Will should have taken the first half over.
27.5.
27.5.
Oh, wow.
And I took the under.
Haynes King is coming off the field.
So, Will, I don't know if I don't think you heard this. They reported that Zach Pyron would have certain packages on the field.
Oh, Jesus.
As an Auburn fan, I hate that.
Well, Auburn ran a 3-quarterback system that year.
I think Auburn has run a multi-quarterback system every year, but 2017.
I think Haynes King could have ran that play pretty easily.
If you had Zach Pyron scoring the first touchdown for Georgia Tech on your bingo card, you're probably a rich man.
That wasn't in my bet list. That was not on my book. You'll see Zach Pyron was nowhere listed in there. That might have been a 1 million odds just to get that pick.
Well, I'm going to make a prediction. If they try to run that same play again, Florida State's not going to let Pyron go up the middle.
Yeah, and I mean, I want to know how much they actually game planned for him.
Yeah, and if they did, they're like, "Oh,
who would have thought
they're not going to let him run
Pyron
the ball?"
Would have more touchdowns in the first quarter than Haynes King would. Confirmed Zach Pyron is the best player on Georgia Tech's offense. More touchdowns than anybody else in college football. Yeah, I mean, Florida State's interior defensive line just doesn't look very strong. Did Zach Pyron hit the chop there? Risky, didn't that?
Yeah, if he did, he's going to get his femur snapped.
Bryce is stepping away. Well, since we're going to commercial break here, Georgia Tech's first drive. Obviously, they had a 79-yard drive, 42 yards passing, only 37 yards rushing on 5 carries. 3 minutes, 32 seconds burn off the clock. TriStar. Jamal Haynes looks good. Looks like an SEC team to me. That's TriStar.
Throw up Jonesy's comment. I'll address it since Bryce isn't here. About the O-line.
Yeah.
So far, so good. I said it on that Jamal Haynes run. Gonna need a lot more of that. Gonna need a lot of holes like that. Because and it showed what Bryce has been talking about Florida State maybe lacking on the interior on their defensive line. That play right there it showed it. Also showed it a little bit on the touchdown. But like I said, I think Florida State was not expecting Pyron to keep the ball, that they were going to play the jet sweep all the way. So they were kind of light in the middle anyway, but it still shows that they don't really have maybe necessarily a game breaker in the middle like they did last year.
Yeah. I mean, and then obviously that hurts Florida State's, hopes at the beginning of the year when you don't have a de facto up front like Braden Fisk, and then obviously, first round pick Jared Verse on the outside. You just got to make do what you do. Let your linebackers, obviously you don't want your linebackers doing majority of the work. You want your defensive line to, soften them up a little bit up front, and then hopefully, make it a little easier for yourself. But hey, Georgia Tech looked good in the first drive. We never said they weren't. Where are our bets? Bryce,
throw them on the ticker. Throw them on the ticker.
Bryce hasn't put them in there yet. That was his job.
He says Tech linebacker looked bad. I don't know. So for the linebackers, I think it's going to be tough for Georgia Tech in this game and all year because, a great defensive line makes your linebackers look a lot better. And today, I think it's a big mismatch for Georgia Tech up front on the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be a tough day for the linebackers, just, in that regard.
I agree, Will.
I got back just in time. I went out there, and my wife is watching the Dallas Cowboys cheerleader show on Netflix. So,
well, hey, what'd you expect? Did you expect to watch the game?
No, she did pick Georgia Tech, though. I asked her right before.
Confirmed. Tech fans in the Bryce Koon house.
Well, I'm pretty sure like 40,000 people know that already because that's how many views Addie got on her prediction on social media.
Georgia Tech even shouted you out, man.
Yeah. All right, here we go. They ran the ball 5 rushes by 4 different players. Oh.
Wow.
The fact that he got positive yards on that is wild.
The fact that they let a guy wear number 13 after Jordan Travis last year.
That's true.
Florida State obviously got their game plan in motion now. It looks like they're going to go a little hurry up now. Obviously, Tech
just went out a Ralph question.
What? The mini Iron Bowl? No. We don't even play Jacksonville State, sadly. DJU's on scramble in the pocket. He means we get 2 yards out of that. Bryce, you know who that is. I don't. 27 on D-line, Josh Robinson. I mean, makes it very conservative. Good play there. Get off the block, and that would have been a first down if you didn't, get him there. Big third down here for Florida State. Let's see how DJU, handles a little pressure here. Looks like Georgia Tech's gonna bring the blitz here. Be impressed if they did, honestly. Well, can please pass.
How you say this kid's last name? Toffoli?
Talifo?
I don't know how you say it.
I gotta see it spelled.
It's Lawrence Toffili.
Toffili?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing.
Jones is right. Jones is right here.
They're splitting running backs out wide. That's Cam Davis. That kid is a freak out of South Georgia. I think he went to Thomasville.
Yeah, he did. Toafili. Yeah, but that transfer said. No, Troy versus Jacksonville State is not the mini Iron Bowl. They did not play each other anymore. I would say it'd been Troy versus UAB if they still play each other.
So I see Florida State converted on third down.
Yeah. Nice little pass to the running back. They're splitting the running backs out wide. And this is true freshman Davis.
What a block by that running back. 3 just with a little pop.
Cam Davis. Oh, good. Well, I mean, the guy was already going down. But still, good pick up. Obviously, you see a lot more of these jet sweep runs this year, and for Florida State, they didn't do that last year because they had Keon Coleman. So, Roydell Williams obviously is your power back for this offense. Obviously, he's going to be the guy who, get you those 2 extra yards you need, and going to use Cam Davis and Tolifi to get outside.
Oh. Butterfingers.
Oh, buddy, that's a true freshman right there.
Nerves.
Butterfingers. It is wet, but I mean that much space. Man, we're turning on the highest rated recruit ever quickly. Jonesy says drop Petty and spend money on D-line.
Yeah, I mean that's going to be the difference. Romello Height, is that him on the near side?
I think it is. He's dropped into coverage.
I will tell you this: for a broadcaster and like a statistician, Georgia Tech's uniforms are your worst nightmare because the number doesn't pop off the jersey at all.
No, I think that was. Or is he 0? Is Romello? No, Tatum.
Romello Height
is
0.
No, Tatum is 0.
Tatum's 0. Romello Height is
9. And on that play, he was dropping into pass coverage. I would not, if I'm Georgia Tech, if I'm Santucci, I would never have him dropping into coverage. I think he's just
okay. So here we go. This is 3rd and 6. Feels like a passing down.
It's gonna come back. It's a hold. Yep.
Do they get the right guard for slinging down?
I don't have my sound on, so I'm not even going to hear the number. Might decline this, actually.
I would. If they get 4th down.
With as wet as it is.
Yeah.
They may not even try a field goal.
In Florida State's depth chart, they have it listed as they have 2 running back positions. They have the running back and then they have tailback. And they have Lawrence Tolifi, Jalen Lucas, and Samuel Singleton playing as tailback. And running backs are Roydell Williams, Kazia Holmes, and Cam Davis. So it looks like you're playing almost everybody they have at running back in this game so far.
Looks like Florida State's going to go for it.
I would. You're probably on the cut. I mean, if it's perfect weather conditions, you're probably going to kick this. Maybe.
Probably would. Yeah, I think with how wet it is, and you don't want to, you just go for it. 4th and 4, you could even run the ball here. But I'm sure Tech's going to load the box.
You only got, 3 receivers and a tight end split out to your right. Now they just split the running back out there, too. They brought back into Philly. So it's interesting. They are really willing to go with multiple, 2, 3 running backs in the formation at the same time.
Get rid of it. Short. Big stop. Big stop.
Hey, it's good. That's good pressure by Romello Height off the edge, too.
Yep. I was
exactly what you needed.
You see the impact Romello Height's making already on this defense. That's huge. Georgia Tech didn't have that last year.
Nope, they did not have that consistently last year.
And great open field tackle, Amari Harvey. Big stop for Georgia Tech right there.
Well, 8-7, still in the first quarter.
Very disappointing drive for Florida State, though. You know, you all the way downfield and can't convert on third and fourth down. You know,
Yeah, they.
and the defense plays like they did last drive. This might be a long day for Florida State.
You'd be interested to see what type of adjustments are made on both sides. And I mean, look, this is the thing too, Georgia Tech. You don't have to be dominant, but if you can just get off the field more than you got off the field last year, like in that scenario, you'll take that.
Yeah, and I mean, you know how quick you can go on offense, and you look really good when you go quick. So if you can just get a stop or two and just give your offense a minute, I mean, they can get down the field and score.
And here's the thing too. Now you're in a position like what we talked about. If you can put pressure on DJU. If you go score here, now it's okay. Now I've got to match them. I think I would be interested. The biggest question mark is what is DJ like playing from behind? Like that's going to be. I mean, I said like I don't know if I trust him down 10 points in the fourth quarter to go win you a football game. I mean, obviously, still tons of football left to be played, but we'll see. We'll see how this shakes out.
I have a Florida State fan letting me know that the season's over now.
That seems rational.
For the Columbus area, some big high school games last night. Some teams took some losses last night in the area.
Yeah, I tried to go to a game and you didn't want to go.
Stop. I wasn't going to go to that game. Man, there's shooting last year. I'm not going again. I'm not going anywhere near that area.
Who was it? Carver and Spencer?
Mm-hmm. Carver won 17-9.
It sounds like a great game. Should have gone.
Central beat old Pat Nix's former team 61-14.
Huh?
I'm going to read this tweet.
Pat Nix is, he's coach at Pinson Valley.
Oh, they played. I saw they won, but I didn't know who they played.
They played Pinson Valley. What, Bryce?
I'm going to read this tweet. Georgia Tech has a top 10 offensive line in the country this year, and it just showed on that last drive. Well, that's interesting considering that I'd probably say they have the at least top two because they're the only two teams that have played so far this year. Like, what does that tweet even mean?
There's the Florida State defensive line. Didn't see that on the opening drive.
Yeah, this is when first drive, both teams start to feel each other out. We'll see.
Big play there.
And there's what we talked about too, Avery Boyd. I mean, what's he going to be like as a blocker?
That was Blake Nicholson
at the tight end spot.
That's the linebacker. What year is
he? He's been there for 4 years, I think.
Avery Boyd. Okay.
There's Cam Riley getting some TV time.
Bad blocking there.
That's Gavin's favorite player.
You got to block, man. If you can't block on a screenplay like that, that's what's going to happen every single time.
If those DBs hold up the receiver and don't let them get downfield It's going to allow those other guys to flow freely over there too, which this will be interesting. I mean, now Tech in obviously passing situation, 3rd and 16.
You're going to see some
And they
pass
go
rush
empty.
from Auburn Jones here.
Oh,
This is when you're
quarterback
get upfield.
draw.
Well, I guess we're going to – Will's going to commentate the game for us.
Well, it's because I started to say that they went empty, which I never like going empty on 3rd and long. Auburn loves to do it, and I hate it every
agree,
time.
Jonesy. It's a bad possession after a huge stop. I just think the play calls there were kind of tough.
Bryce has seen enough. That possession was enough for Bryce. He's got to go take a break. Not a great punt from Shanahan there. Gets a good bounce.
Got hard to punt in the rain. Got a lucky bounce. He almost went out. It should have went out of bounds. Well, there goes the David Shanahan wasn't going to punt this year for this game. Oh, FCS kickoffs tonight. SEMU versus was that North Alabama? Absolutely, can't wait to watch that barn burner. And then FAMU versus Norfolk State. Not to get mixed up with North Dakota State. Is Buster Faulkner also the quarterback coach?
I believe so.
All right, third drive for Florida State here. Let's see what they do offensively. DJU in the backfield, just simple short route now. They're gonna do that all game. Why throw it down the field deep when you can just get the short routes and get upfield for a first down? Because Tech's struggling tackling right now. I think when the DJU is a massive human being. Seven of 8 for 62 yards.
Mm.
I don't really like that play call much.
Just missed that block right in the middle.
Oh, he just got right through. It slits right through. It's a good read though by a linebacker. That's a good read. You get that feeling. You see that guard pull right there, just go right through the gap.
All right. Well, first half under still alive. It was looking dicey. Touchdowns on the first 2 drives, but a couple of stops and we're still in it.
Well, what a first quarter that was. Like I said, I thought, both teams would butt heads first and it'd be kind of low scoring. Well, they have Cam Riley listed as a starting linebacker with DJ Lundy. And that first play, that drive for on the second drive for Georgia Tech, the backup, Blake Nicholson, made the play, which I guess he might be playing out a little bit of outside linebacker this time instead of just playing middle linebacker. Because they have Cam Riley listed as a middle linebacker, and Lundy is the weak side linebacker.
Man, got 116 people watching. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us.
Yeah, I know you probably want to watch the game yourself, but you're watching it with us. Marcus, you want to tell us how stupid we are. About noon on next Saturday at noon. What an underrated game we have, Will. Week 1. Penn State goes to Morgantown. Faces off against West Virginia. Pat McAfee's already said he's going to be there for it.
He picked West Virginia to win the Big 12 today.
I saw that. I did see that. So will that mean that Pat McAfee won't be on Week 1's College Game Day crew? If he's in Morgantown? Because they're going to be at Georgia Clemson, right? Have to be.
No, they're going to be at Georgia Tech, Georgia State.
No, that's the Credit Booth Game Day crew. We'll have features from our Stanford. What's his name? We don't have a Stanford. Stanford. Oh gosh. We have an appearance from Miss Addie Grace, the guest picker who picked Georgia Tech to win. Miss Addie Grace. But all we see is her one eye. No more than that. I guess we will not see her again. She might be going down for her nap. Well, first quarter stats for both teams. Obviously, both teams looked great the first drive, and the second drives were underwhelming. Florida State 8 first downs to Georgia Tech's 4. Florida State's one of 2 on third down, 0 for 1 on fourth down, and Georgia Tech is 0 for 1 on third down conversions. Florida State had 128 yards total offense, while Georgia Tech only has 79 so far. Florida State was 62 passing yards. The Tech's 42. Florida State 66 yards rushing on 10 carries. The Georgia Tech 7 for 37 yards. Yeah. And Florida State right now is controlling the time of possession by 4 minutes. So Dr. Bob
You're
said,
just pouring down rain.
I am here, but I can't bear to watch Tech games with others. I need my depressing, lonely man cave. Jonesy, I don't doubt it.
Georgia Tech defensive front getting penetration. They got to stop the run. They've done a nice job last couple of drives.
Look, there you go. There's your defense ends going against those left tackles right there and making a presence known. All right, Trey, if you relax there. I don't know why you're still wearing that cowboy collar. As much as I love the cowboy collars, some linebackers just can't do it.
So the sun's out now. It was just pouring down rain. Now the sun's out.
Yeah, that's what Bryce was saying earlier. The weather is going to be a little factor in this game because it's a little weird. Obviously, the third 15 here is obviously a draw player.
Oh my goodness, Romello Height.
Just works that right tackle, man. Just gets inside on him. Oh, flag, and that's going to be
he got a little grab of the face mask.
That's going to be a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah.
Well, I making his presence known, but a big mistake there for him.
Great pass rush.
Yeah, a great play call. A great play by him.
Yep.
Just got great inside move. You can't knock the inside move there. That was a beautiful move by Hyde, but you grab the helmet, and now he didn't grab the helmet. His finger gets stuck in the face mask there, but they're gonna call that 99 out of 100 times. It's unfortunate, but
if they don't, they'll call a hold.
Yeah,
exactly. If it's the Iron Bowl too.
I forgot about that. That's pretty bad. All right, so first down now, and after the penalty.
Oh man,
is that a wing T formation? I see a shotgun. I'm excited.
Wow,
it's a simple screenplay. Get the whole defensive line and linebackers to move upfield, and Wardell Williams makes a big play there. Good play call there by Florida State. So is Mike Norvell making the calling the plays?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so. That's a good play call, man. Just a little. I mean, everyone knows that famous play in college football games. It's the halfback slip screen. This is literally what it was. And I'm guessing that's Santucci in the box. Is he a box coordinator?
Yep.
I'm a big fan of on-field coordinators. Go back to the Will Muschamp and Nick Saban days at LSU when they're both on the field at the same time and getting after it, you know. I don't have one for the. Oh, you do. Bryce, I asked Willis, but I think he said he was. Buster Faulkner is the quarterback's coach, right?
No,
he's not.
Chris Winkie is.
Oh, that's right. Chris Winkie's there. I was trying to figure out who was talking to Haynes King after that drive. Well, Florida State's 2nd and 8 here. A little read option first. Wow, just anyway, Florida State is just rotating running backs right now. No hot hand kind of situation. Just whoever they want out there to keep everyone's fresh out there. No one's gonna get tired.
That's a great tackle right there. Is that Amari Harvey again?
Yep. He's good, man. He's really good.
Florida State misses him, just completely misses him on that block, and he gets under right there and makes a good play. Interesting to see what Florida State does here. Where are they on the field? Do we know?
Man, 52 yards.
Well, the sun's out now, Bryce. So it looks like it's some, hopefully it'll just feel to drive a little faster.
Got it.
Ryan Fitzgerald. Pretty solid kicker last year. What a kick. What a kick. I was about to do that, Bryce.
11 points. That's just so weird to see.
I love it.
Yeah.
That was like the score in the second quarter of every single one of my Madden Ultimate teams, from about Madden 15 to Madden 18 when I was playing Ultimate Team. Y'all know me. You know I love a fake extra point.
Bring that to college football. Bring me the setup where you can have the whole entire offense line, the left side of the field. I forgot what we called it in high school when we ran it. But we always did it. I can't remember what we called it in high school. But it was always our starting field goal position or formation. We line up in that, no matter what it was. We line up at every game. We line up in that formation and then motion back to the normal field goal position and kick. We ran the fake one time, and the only time we ran it is because the other team was too tired of motioning back and forth with us, so they just didn't do it, and we actually ran the fake.
I've heard it called swinging gate.
No, the formation was called it was I can't remember it. The play was just like fake field goal screen, I think is what the play was. It was as simple as that. Yeah, I've seen a lot of comments saying defense has a pulse, and you need to see a touchdown. I agree. You got to score here. You got to put points on the board here to keep it close. The field goal helps too. You're 1 point, 1 point soldiers there.
I just need that plus 6.5.
I do too. What is that first half under?
Also need the full game over. It sounded like Bryce was doing his Al Gore impression.
What did you say?
Sounds like you were doing your Al Gore impression.
What do you mean?
When he was debating George Bush, that was one of the criticisms. He was sighing too loud into the microphone.
Oh, I can't remember. No, I can't remember. Bryce, you weren't there. I think you already graduated when we used to run the fake field goal or fake extra point formation. Was that your senior year or was that my senior year?
Probably yours.
We ran it, and I was telling Will, we ran it. I believe it was against Schley County. We ran it like every time we scored. We went in that formation every single time, and they got tired of this. They didn't think we ever do it, until the like about the fourth time we did it in a row. They decided to not put all their team over there, and we ran the fake field goal. We had 8 guys or 9 guys matched up against about 4. It's about to be ASMR with Bryce. Also,
Shouldn't have said anything, Edward.
Yeah,
The Tech helmets are fire, though.
The all whites
with the gold and then the little ode to Ireland in the middle on the stripe.
Bolly's gonna get banned from this chat in a minute.
Why would that get him banned? Why would that get him banned?
A quarterback, Austin. That's who they drafted. A quarterback.
Why would that get him banned?
Because I can do what I want, Will.
This is nuts. Look at this graphic.
Yep.
Hey, you're good at one thing.
Buster, I hardly know her. OC and tight ends coach. You don't see that too often. Oh, duck. Haynes King just
gosh.
Oh my. Obviously the water apparently there's still rainwater on that football there.
He was basically in a full sprint.
Will, to your point about the communication system, I saw somebody put in the Discord that they need to turn his helmet volume up. It literally, like you said, it literally is a walkie-talkie. The other day we were on the sideline and Joe Sloan was doing that with Garrett Nussmeier, and it's literally him sitting there radioing in. Like it's not it seems like it's crazy technology, but it's not like, I would say, very polished in terms of where they're at in it. Bailey says that Haynes King is the best quarterback in the conference. There's an argument for in 2024 so far he might be.
So our football scheme analyst is telling me that the fake field goal formation is called the water bucket.
Okay.
Our scheme analyst is a offensive analyst in at y'all's alma mater. Y'all know who it is.
I don't recognize that person.
That loudmouth Tennessee fan that comes in the comments.
Good job by Chase Lane getting open over the middle. Yeah, this stadium's kind of interesting in like the layout of the stands.
What team plays here normally?
I think it's Rangers.
Is it
Rangers Football Club? No, that's in Scotland. I'm an idiot. I don't know who plays there.
That's probably racist, Will.
It might be. It might be. Bryce, did you answer this? Jonesy's asking who the goober next to Faulkner.
I have no idea. I don't know.
It's probably an analyst.
Yeah, I think if back to the helmet communication real quick. I think if they here's a big run. If they turn the volume up, it would make it harder to hear.
Who I can't even see the number.
It's 27. The only 27 I know and recognize at Georgia Tech is Jordan Mason.
This is a walk-on, by the way. They just ran that.
Will, back to my question.
I think that's what he said.
The Ireland National Rugby Union Team, Republic of Ireland National Football Team, Leinster Rugby, and Lansdowne Football Club. Those are the only tenants right now.
That's a national team stadium.
That was Chad Alexander.
Taking a shot. Oh. Had him.
Yeah, that should have been 6 right there.
Had him.
Is that Singleton?
That's old Eric.
Well, there you go.
The second best receiver on the team.
Christian Lear, obviously number 1.
I'm trying to think back of how much I actually watched Tech last year. It may have only been the end of the North Carolina game when y'all called me and were freaking out and we watched it together.
Bailey says this offense is explosive.
Diarrhea, maybe.
The coach just slipped on the sideline.
I hate a long sleeve polo, though. I'll tell you that much.
It's horrendous.
Oh, no, they're awful, dude. I'll be right back.
All right, well, see you later.
All right, well, whatever you want to talk about, we can talk about now. I did make a nice Rotel dip today for lunch.
Nice.
I've
been very, very impressed with Tech's offensive line. Oh, the walk-on again. It seems like Tech's, now that they're in Florida State territory, they're really slowing down on offense.
Yeah. It feels like they really go tempo to get there.
Mm-hmm.
But then
this is a really good run. Hole closed up and just able to spin out like that. Really good run. But I said it earlier when you had walked away. I mean, it was on the opening drive, and we're seeing it again here. Not having the nose tackle like Florida State had last year. Oh, Haynes King getting free. Really hurting them in the middle, making it a lot tougher.
Yeah.
Making it just Georgia Tech's able to create some running lanes in the middle.
Well, and that's what I said last year. I mean, I think that was one of their – I think I said this Thursday night. That was probably their biggest portal addition. Keon Coleman, obviously, but Braden Fisk was stupid good last year for them.
Yeah.
And I think it allowed their edge rushers, both Patrick Payton and the young men that got drafted, Jared Verse, to really be free. Because right now it feels like, yeah, those guys on the outside are a threat, but they can't do much because interior offensive line's handling Florida State's defense line pretty well.
It also looks like as Georgia Tech has slowed down, Florida State has tried to sit back and not get beat deep. Especially after they almost got beat deep, and it seems like they're not committing bodies in the box to try to stop the run or stop it for a loss. Just trying not to get beat through the middle. Georgia Tech's doing such a good job of keeping Peyton from coming off the edge.
Yeah, they are.
Either Peyton or whoever's coming off the edge. A couple of times they've gotten past the line, but then that pulling guard or the back that kicks out, able to take him out of the play.
Yeah, it's almost like they're getting too far upfield, you know? Like no one's coming to block him. He's getting too far up the field, and then that allows either King or Jamal Haynes or Chad Alexander right now, which is also kind of an interesting storyline. Chad Alexander is your third-team running back. Anthony Carey was
he's back in there.
4-star. Yeah, and he's back there. It's an interesting formation.
I really like that they're going to him in this spot, but obviously it's because of injury, but still, I mean, you'd think down near the goal line, having a smaller guy like him will work really good in the red zone.
Now, I will tell you on that one, I think that sets up for the jet sweep with Singleton because his speed on that play, I think he scores.
Yeah.
If you give that to him, especially if they're not running man coverage.
Only 5 passes for Haynes King so far.
With the weather, that I feel like that's kind of expected.
Oh, man. Yeah, Florida State is coming too far upfield. They're overcommitting on the edge. That initial rusher that comes off the edge is
maybe a little out of control.
Yeah, I mean, because he almost fumbles it on the exchange. I mean, that should be a 3 or 4 yard loss, but they're just overrunning the play. Seven and a half.
13 plays, 74 yards, almost an 8-minute drive. That's Paul Johnson like right there. That's exactly what that is. Nearly an 8-minute drive.
Bailey asks if I'm sweating yet. No, I'm not. Oh, he's short. The initial was short. Are they going to give it? I guess they're going to give it to him. He was short initially, and they pushed him through.
I do like that they let the guys battle that out right on the goal line. That's you should let that happen. I'll tell you this. This is exactly. I mean, this is the score is. I'll say this: we all picked Florida State to win this game, but I think for the most part, agreed that there was a way Georgia Tech could win this game by playing Absolutely. The way they're playing. This is how you win the football game. It's got to be your strength on strength, where I think they can they're showing they can run the ball and get those big conversions like they just did on that goal line play. Yeah,
I certainly did not expect. I would have never thought Georgia Tech would have been able to go 14 plays and hold it for 8 minutes.
Yeah,
that shows you convert on third down. You're able to run the ball.
And two,
I didn't expect point right here. If they would hit a big play to set it up.
To Bailey's point, they're on the line of scrimmage. That was the question, right? Like a lot of talk about Florida State's defensive line, Georgia Tech's O-line. Maybe felt like they're a little bit underrated. Been interesting.
You saw it right there on the replay. 20 comes right through the hole and overruns the play and lets Jamal Haynes sidestep him and get in the end zone.
Yeah.
So Florida State is getting in the backfield. They're just not making the plays. But, two things, more than one thing can be true. Georgia Tech is still doing a great job.
Well, I'm just going to tell you right now, any person that spells their name like that and is named Holly, I don't know what's up with that. Dr. Bob says we belong on this field. What a man drive by the O-line. Yeah, no, that's what we're talking about. I mean, that's should I invite Dr. Bob over and he come on the stream with us?
Yeah.
I'm getting some more food. I'll be right back.
All right, well, we got Ralph Eaton. Bryce is somewhere, so you're stuck with me for the time being. Bailey says this is a team that lost by 60 to Georgia. Not sure why people thought GT wouldn't be in this game. This is not the team that lost by 60 to Georgia. It's not the same team. Dr. Bob says FSU doesn't trust DJU throwing downfield. I don't know if it's a trust thing, but from what I've seen in the first half, he hasn't had time. Georgia Tech's getting to the quarterback. They're getting pressure on him, and he doesn't have time to sit in the pocket and throw it down the field.
When you watch him go to work, maybe it is a little bit of hesitancy because they think they can line up and run the ball against you. Now, I'd be interested, especially as they get into the second half of this game, do they try to open it up more?
I think they do. I think they get in the locker room and they just tell DJ, like, just let it rip a couple times. He's got a good enough arm that, I mean, unless he just throws and hits a Georgia Tech DB in the numbers, I don't know if they're going to hang on and catch it. If they're especially in man coverage, having to run with one of those receivers, he just throws the ball. He's got such a good arm and has enough velocity on it that they may not be able to hold it. Dr. Bob, you're exactly right. The longer a perceived underdog hangs around in a game, especially an experienced underdog, the more doubt begins to creep into the minds of the favorites. Absolutely.
Yeah. No,
Austin, what do you mean does he? Are you questioning DJU's arm strength? I don't know that that's ever been questioned. $14-11.
I'm just going to go ahead and get out ahead of this, by the way. For when we do this post-game show, and somebody comes in here and tries to tell us how stupid we are,
we're just hanging
the
up.
questions that were being asked by us and nearly every media member were still valid questions. Georgia Tech, through almost 2 quarters, has answered those questions. That's what that does. You give a prediction based off what you believe to be true, and with the data that you have, and you bring the question. And the questions were O-line versus D-line for both sides of the ball, and I feel like Georgia Tech's winning that battle right now. I do wonder, though, to your point, Will, when do they get vertical? It's a lot of horizontal, letting your guys play in space for Florida State.
I'm interested to see in the second half the role that depth plays, because Florida State's got to be deeper than Georgia Tech, right? Here I go again, showing I don't know anything, but
I don't know. I mean, like, look, on the field right now, you've got Tay Seymour at the safety position, which, you know, that's a young guy that just – it's a lot of, I would say, the guys that are making it for depth haven't played a lot.
Man, I'm surprised DJ you got out of there. And then now we get to see our first 2-minute warning. God, I hate this. Oh, and got an injury. Scott.
Micaiah Scott's hurt. Maybe, I don't know. They're pushing up on it could be just a cramp.
So I noticed they brought in Zeke Biggers on 3rd and 8. I feel like that's an interesting choice.
Well, I'll say this. For as big as he is, he really is athletic. So it's not like
I'm not questioning him, his ability, his athleticism. I just think I would think he's best to stop the run, not necessarily getting after the passer.
Yeah, I don't know what his pressure rate was last year. I think a lot of results from the other personnel they have at that position aren't as quick. So,
yeah, like if you're trying to project him to the next level, you certainly got to think he's just going to be a run stopping nose tackle at the next level. Oh, there it is, Dr. Bob. FSU is holding all day. Bailey says the one thing about having DJU as your starting QB, you have the slowest paced offense in the country. I don't know necessarily if that's Because
I
you
don't
have
understand the
DJU?
idea that DJU is slow or lethargic. I don't get that. Because he's big.
He's certainly a lot slimmer than he was when he was at Clemson, which I know that was a while ago, but he's slimmed down since he's been in college. But I think, Bailey, it's like Bryce and I have said, Florida State thinks that they were going to show up and just be able to run the ball all over Georgia Tech. And so I think going slow was the game plan. Like, we're just going to be able to run all over them. They're not going to do much offensively. And if they do, we're just going to keep them off the field. So we're just going to run the ball and work the clock. And Georgia Tech has been able to stop it.
Well, and here's the point of that. Is it easier for you to speed things up or slow things down? That's going to be another storyline. Like, if they say, okay, we need to start playing more tempo.
I think we'll learn that at least about Florida State in the second half. If it's easier for them to speed things up, they'll go faster. Which could be, like you say, it could be harder for them to slow it down, so they just start slow. GT90 Champs says the defense is much improved, but got to play 4 quarters. Exactly right. I've been very impressed with Georgia Tech's defense, especially the defensive line.
Is Georgia Tech ranked if they win this game? Not that week 1 or rankings matter, but
I mean, Florida State's
why
number
not?
10.
Why not?
Yeah.
GT90 Champ says Ramel looks really good. Yeah, Will said earlier, like
yes, he does.
He looks really good, and he's standing up here on the near side too, which is, I think, impressive.
Little RPO player out there.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was eating there, guys. I was joining Will in the Wingstop train there.
We're going to live stream the Florida A&M Norfolk State game.
No.
When is that?
Tonight at 7:30. I think I got to move my trash can from one side of the house to the other, so I don't know if I can do that.
I have a dinner to go to, so no.
This is going to be the last drive, though, it feels like. The first
they haven't sped up at all.
No, I mean, they
ran the play clock all the way down.
Now, that was a pretty late whistle.
Hey, but Bryce, as of right now, are recovering. We hit the first half bet. That first half bet was a lock.
Is it? Because I put $500 on it.
I mean, unless I score 2 touchdowns here.
I'm sure Bryce had the door open when he said that, so he could see if he could get a reaction.
She's
taking a shot. First time for a shot. Oh, there's the flag. Oh, I don't know about that. That's a tough pass interference.
Are they calling it offensive or defensive?
Defensive.
Because it looks like he was holding him for a little bit.
Yeah, that's why they look like they were
tied up.
Yeah, definitely some shoving back and forth. I think that grab of the arm right there at the end is what
it looks like. He's trying to go across his face. He's trying to get across, and he's sounded pretty well.
He stops
Lamal's throwing his hands up. It didn't really help the situation out there.
No penalty. It's really just 2 penalties in this game.
I would have really
face mask in a PI.
I would not have hated it.
Technically,
I would not have hated it if Florida State just ran out the clock.
Kick a field goal.
No points because I do have first half under.
Well,
27.5. It's a hold. Yeah, it's going to come back.
Oh my gosh,
Rodney Shelley.
What's Gavin talking about? Saying it's at Georgia State.
That Norfolk State.
Yeah, it's in Atlanta.
Yeah, it's at
They're playing it at Center Park Stadium.
They play that HBCU kickoff every single year there. The MEAC SWAC Challenge. And then they're playing the FCS kickoff in Montgomery.
The Crampton Bowl. Yeah, Crampton Bowl.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's the only stadium I know in Montgomery.
Well, Alabama State Stadium.
Yuck.
Yeah, I didn't know they had one.
What? You've never driven past it?
No.
If you've ever driven in Montgomery, you've driven past it.
If you've ever gone to anywhere south of Montgomery, you've driven past it. There's no way you haven't seen it. Have you been on 65 South? You passed it.
I don't know. Probably not.
What kind of? I mean, he comes back and makes a tackle there, but he overran that tackle by about a mile.
Bailey says GT should be thrilled with where they're at. They absolutely should. GT90 champs. I think we'll get to that. Let's get to that at halftime. Yeah. Well, that can be a longer answer. Although Florida State did just take a timeout.
We can answer it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and answer it. I'll throw it up. He said, what is your thoughts on GT now with the original comparison on GT struggling with FSU size and speed? Just curious.
I wouldn't say that's
what'd you say?
I feel like they've been there, you know?
They have been. They have been there. I'm surprised. I really am surprised because I expected Florida State to run the ball and control the line of scrimmage a lot better than they have. Like I said, still got the second half to play. I think depth is going to play a big part in the second half. You could tell on the sideline when Georgia Tech got that touchdown to take the lead, how fired up the sideline was. I wonder if a lot of that excitement, a lot of that juice, mojo, whatever you call it, that you can't really teach or account for, how much of that is factored into this first half, and can Georgia Tech keep it up in the second half?
Yeah.
I mean, right now, Georgia Tech's they're hitting back. We said that Florida State would, they're going to try to hit you in the mouth first play and first drive, and then, and they did. They drove right down the field in a few plays and, scored easily. And then Georgia Tech came back and did the same thing to them. So
listen to this. Buster Faulkner is a star OC for Georgia Tech. He will be back at Georgia at another elite program. He'll be back at UGA or at another elite program in the next year or two. He understands how to put defenses in constant conflict, feed playmakers, mix in PA, play action RPOs, screens, gimmicks. He's a stud. It's from David Pollock. He will be. He was offered multiple jobs this year.
Yeah.
This past offseason.
Supposedly he turned down the Kentucky job. I don't know if that ever got confirmed, but he's on the radar.
There's an independent media outlet that could probably confirm that for us. If he's not burned down his deck by now.
Yeah, GT90 chance. I agree. Being able to rotate your defense line, not getting these guys tired helps out a lot. I mean, obviously, in beginning of the year, first game of the season, your guys are, they're conditioned well, but going against the same guys every single day, you get used to it. And now you're playing guys who are stronger. They've worked all season too. They're ready to hit somebody. You get a little more tired. Those first few games of the year, you see your depth come into play. And obviously, Georgia Tech's defensive line and secondary depth has been really well this game.
Ralph,
they did a good
Colin.
job. I mean, through 30 minutes. I mean, we don't know, but it looks like that they did a good job of mixing in internal development with a couple transfers, and it gave them 6-7 deep to where they should be, where I don't think they were in previous years.
Mm-hmm. Ralph, be careful calling Florida State's players bigger and stronger than Georgia Tech's players. Yeah, be careful.
You can't say that, Ralph.
Well, I'd say you're, just a crybaby.
These are huge. These are a huge couple plays for me. This is a big 15 seconds.
We dropped
it. I think they'll try the field goal from here, even if they, as long as they don't lose any more yards. I think they're what, a yard behind the target line, which
I'd
that
run the
target
ball.
line, yeah, that target line is just career long.
I would run the ball, try to get like 5 yards, call a quick timeout because you got 2 left. Wow, DJ's only thrown 2 passes over 6 yards.
And that was one of them, and it should have been caught. Maybe it was a little bit outside of him.
Mekhi Scott's back on the field for Tech.
Must have just been a cramp.
Yeah, I think
Oh
it
my
was a little
gosh.
reflecting his foot.
And he still called timeout. He got a timeout. There's Georgia Tech again, getting through the line.
Okay, now see, I will say this. We talked about this when we looked at the previews. Tay Seymour played a hybrid safety linebacker position. I believe he went to Villarica High School in Georgia, but this is that. I think that's the spot you want him on the field. When you talk about the speed that Florida State has on the field, you got to get more of those guys on there. So they sub a linebacker off, they bring him on where they can still have LaMiles and Clayton Powell-Lee on the back
Still
end.
gonna try it.
But yeah, I like that play. And how long is this? Where are they at?
59-yard field goal.
Actually, put someone back there, just in case.
Yeah. Why wouldn't
Hey, I'll tell you this:
see
Georgia Tech
Waters
has had
move.
experience returning a field goal against Florida State. One of the more electric plays in Georgia Tech football history.
Yep.
That was a block field goal, and for sure, if I remember correctly, that was
I really need a miss.
Trayvon Marshall was his name.
No, that was Austin. His last name was Austin because his
Oh,
brother ran. His brother
it was Taquan Austin, wasn't it?
I don't know what his
Because
first name was.
I think I remember it's because Taquan Marshall wore 16 on offense, and then Taquan Austin wore 16 on defense.
Hey, good on Brent Key. He knows you can't take your field goal, your timeouts with you.
Yeah.
Now, what'll be bad is if he calls the next one right here and gets a penalty and moves it up 5 yards.
Forget that.
Oh yeah, that's right. You can't burn them.
You can't call back-to-back penalties anymore.
Or timeout. How far was that first one again? 55, 52.
52.
He
had plenty of leg. I think he's got the leg for 59, but it's.
What's his
Think about how far you got to kick it.
Towns Magoo would drill this.
Absolutely. Towns Magoo would drill this left-footed.
Eyes closed, everything.
Do they have anybody back there to return it?
I don't think so.
No. Does it have the leg?
Full block.
It does.
Wow.
And I lose the first half under by 0.5 point. On a 59-yard field goal.
All right, we would tie a game at
Hey, Georgia Tech plus 6.5 in the first half, baby.
That's
You're welcome. You're welcome for that bet, guys.
What a kick. I mean, he drilled it. I mean, that would have been good from 62.
Hey,
63.
I'm just going to tell you. Great first half from Georgia Tech, though. That does give Florida State some life. That really gives them some life.
Huge.
They're heading into the half.
Now you tie the game, and Georgia Tech gets the ball at halftime though. We're after halftime here, so we'll see what happens.
Whoa, we're interviewing Haynes King, not Brent Key.
I like player interviews at halftime. I like those.
Buddy, you threw it 5 times.
Stop yelling at me.
He answered the question. We're just doing a great job executing, putting a hat on a hat twice. But, I mean, he's right.
Look, GT90 chance, yeah. Ryan Fitzgerald. I mean, you got 6 points in the first half for Florida State. I'd say, if we're going to do MVPs, first half MVPs, I'd say Georgia Tech's defense right now. I mean, they're playing really well. Tackling's a little scarce, but they're getting upfield and making plays in the backfield to, move these guys around and get them go the other way. So,
I can put the broadcast back on mute because Sam Macho's on the TV.
Yep. I'll listen to Sam Macho talk. I'll be right back. We'll get those trash away.
I wonder what our friends that don't love us have to say about us. Or about me. Gavin says Mike has always opened it up in the second half. It's true. I definitely think he's going to. Today. I think he has to. I mean, Florida State needs life offensively. Need life, period. And that big field goal certainly gives them some.
I'll tell you one thing. The quality of halftime shows / in between college football shows on ESPN has gone down dramatically ever since we had Mark May, Lou Holtz, and Reese Davis leave.
Mm-hmm.
Agree.
Jonesy, I'll tell you one thing. That'd be impressive if Florida State came out at halftime, getting the onside kick and start the half off. I won't put it past them, but it'd be a wild start.
Dr. Bob says that was a heck of a kick. I don't know how they got that sack back. That second back. Probably should have been 2 seconds because I saw Mike Norvell. You could see him pretty clear on the broadcast. Right behind the referee when the runner went down with 2 seconds, he's calling timeout. So they got it right.
We saw Nick Saban advocate for 1 second that one time.
I'm gonna tell you this too. The sense of urgency for Florida State to really open up this passing game is going to be interesting to look at their first drive of the third quarter. Tech will get the ball to start the first half. If Florida State gets a stop and scores, then I feel like the momentum's – I feel like Tech's got a little of the momentum right now just because of what they're doing defensively. But that field goal at the end really kind of pushes the pendulum kind of back towards the middle. I'd say it's 55-45 in favor of Tech, maybe 60-40 is a little too much. But if you force a 3 and out, or if your defense – this is also something too. This is the first game of the season. So you don't really know – like you can have an idea of what guys are going to run. You can have an understanding of what – but until you actually get into the first game, now you have a little data point. So it's up to those – Jonesy was joking about earlier, those analysts, those guys sitting next to the coordinators up in the box to be able to – okay, diagnose, hey, this is what they're doing when they run this formation. This is what's happening here. A dog just ran past my window right here.
Is that the window facing the street?
No, this is facing the house in between us, or the little stretch of grass in between the houses.
I don't know why Jonesy's attacking me. Ralph's the one that said it.
No, I think you're talking about the second. I guess. I don't know. Dr. Bob, spreadsheet update. Bryce and Ralph of the win this week already.
Starting off season 1-0, baby.
Put an asterisk on Bryce's because he wasn't going to pick, and then he just going to piggyback on Ralph. Put an asterisk. Put an asterisk on Bryce.
Guys, this is the type of game for Tech to take the next step. They need to win. Yeah. And look, I'm going to tell you this. If they win this game, get ready because it's going to be all about how Florida State wasn't good. And you just got to accept that. Like, this is the biggest thing. Georgia Tech if Georgia Tech wins this game, and that's a good comment from Key to Success. If Georgia Tech wins this game, the big narrative is going to be that Florida State, pissed down their leg. They didn't do what they needed to do. That's going to be the big narrative. And that's just that's how Georgia Tech is viewed as a program. So I think it's just one of those things where they're going to have to get over it. Key to Success has halftime adjustments will determine this game. We will see who's the real better coaching staff after halftime. Truth is truth. Yeah, this is where you will learn. And we'll see. I mean, and also too, like how much can you really do too?
Yeah.
Just in terms of if
You wanna go
DJ
over,
really can't throw the ball and get vertical with the football, then I really don't know what else my offense would do then other than win your one-on-ones as an offensive line.
y'all want to go over the first half stats or anything
If-
like that? No.
If you want to pull them up, you can.
I have them already pulled up. I mean, I was going to do like team stat wise. No point in going into player individuals.
I'm saying you can pull them up on the screen.
If Georgia Tech wins this game, I'm telling you, they better not get home and celebrate too much.
Oh God.
Why are you saying that? That's what we've said the whole time.
That's what we said the whole time, but it's not perceived as that. It's perceived as we hate everything that they do. And
I guess you're right, but you got to be careful.
Do I need to use a certain application for the first half stats, Bryce, or can I use whatever I want?
What do you mean?
I was going to pull up ESPN's.
Oh, well then don't put that on the screen.
That's what I was asking. I'll just go over them. Florida State right now leading the first downs with 13 over 9 over Georgia Tech. They're 2 for 5 for third down efficiency. Georgia Tech's 2 for 3. Georgia Tech 154 yards first half. The Florida State's 174. Florida State lead the passing yards right now with 96 compared to 53. And Georgia Tech leading the rushing yards with 101 compared to 78. Both teams have penalties now. Florida State has 1 penalty for 10 yards, and Georgia Tech has 2 for 30. That face mask and that PI. So I mean, it's pretty even on the stat line. I know stats don't say much when in doubt you watch the game. I mean, Florida State's doing exactly what I thought they do, was control the ball. They got 16 minutes and 37 seconds of time of possession to Georgia Tech's 13 minutes. That touchdown drive with the touchdown around the 1 yard line in that drive was a game changer for Georgia Tech. Honestly, if you don't execute that drive and score it at the end of that drive and kick a field goal, that's a big failure of a drive for me.
Yeah, I know. I mean, to be able to physically dominate your opponent, especially within the last 20 yards. I mean, they really didn't get fancy. It was more of line up and we're going to beat you. And it kind of goes to Dr. Bob's point a little bit here. He says the biggest takeaway so far is that this is not the team that showed up in Death Valley last November and got physically manhandled. No, this is a vastly different team. I will say this. I like the depth. My biggest question was these guys that you brought in from the portal and internal development, was it going to be enough? And I like it. Like, 30 minutes into the season, I think it's good. Like, I think you can play with this. So it's to me, it's been interesting, I would say.
I'll let Will come back and answer that last question. I don't think Cam Riley is very inexperienced, but
well, it's this whole deal where people mistake inexperience for not having experience in that uniform. That doesn't mean they're inexperienced. So
Cam Riley's still a very good linebacker.
Rambling on with Zach Jones says, FSU fans told me they would be up by 50 right now. FSU fans told me they would have third stringers in my now. What up, y'all? Here's the thing. I mean, people, that kind of conversation is reserved for Twitter and X comments because that's not realistic. And I think any realistic person would have told you that was not what's going to happen. I mean, I even told you the least likely outcome I felt like in this game was a blowout. I thought Tech winning was the second one and Florida State covering, which 10.5 point line is not a massive line. It's literally less than 2 touchdowns. So that's where I sit with that. Inexperience in FSU's D. Yeah, once again, I don't think they're an inexperienced defense. I don't know where
I see what you mean, though. I understand where he's going with this now.
But okay, but the thing is unless you mean inexperienced in terms of playing all 11 guys together, okay.
Yeah,
but
I think that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, you got how many returning starters on defense did they bring back? What, 4?
I don't know.
5? I think that's what it was, 4 or 5. Yeah, I don't know. He came to Florida State in May. He's been on campus for 3 months total. I see what you're saying. You're saying that he's inexperienced and they're, I guess they're in their defense. I don't know. You talking about linebackers only? Are you talking about just Cam Riley?
I don't understand. You're talking about the defense as a whole or just their linebacker position?
He's talking about linebackers only. Right now, listen to linebackers is Cam Riley, DJ Lundy, and then Blake Nicholson, who made a big play early in the game. I don't think we've seen him since then, though. You got these guys who transfer over. They're transferred to a program that they know they can fit in. Omar Graham. He's a redshirt sophomore. Are we sure there was a second left on the clock? That face mask is also iffy. Seems like Florida State got a little lucky to get 6 points. Georgia Tech, after that first drive, has looked like a better team. Yes, there was 1 second on the clock. I mean, obviously, they didn't show it in slow motion, but there was 1 second. He was down. The clock, the whistle blew before that second ended. They obviously went back and looked at it real quickly. They knew they were right. And if it was closer than that, they would have went for a whole entire breakdown of that play.
Yeah,
and watched it. So they obviously knew there was 1 second left. Here's the interesting thing: if you're watching the halftime show, Dylan Gabriel's wearing number 8 for Oregon this year.
That's weird to see, but he's number 3. See in the bottom left corner. I don't know why he's wearing number 8 in the spring game.
I want to say this. I think I know why.
They do something to honor Mariota.
LSU does the same thing. Number 18.
Wait, so 8's a number now for Oregon?
I'm saying, like, how LSU does the honorary number for number 18?
They do 18 and 7, yeah.
I feel like Oregon might be doing that this year with 8.
Get a couple of these right here. Jody says, hey, guys, great show. What is y'all's prediction for the second half? I don't really know. I mean, Georgia Tech feels like they're playing very well. I think that was a big momentum boost for Florida State, though. I think that this game is probably a toss-up. Like, I don't feel like I can make a.
Honestly, I got to see how the both teams come out in halftime. Honestly,
the second half adjustments are going to be the biggest thing for me. Like, what adjustments are being made, just in terms of, being able to. Let's move myself up here because. Just, second half adjustments in general. Like what's going to happen. So I don't really have a strong prediction. Remlin says they aren't inexperienced. They just aren't meshed well yet. You can ask a defense like that to stop an offense like this. This is week 7. F should be better to slow us down. Probably so. I mean, yeah. Jonesy also says 6 points weren't lucky. That kicker's a weapon. Yeah, he's good. Yeah, I mean, he's got a good leg. Graham and Nicholson were not in the rotation the first 2 seasons of FSU. Lundy's on the playing time FSU. That's all I'm trying to convey. No, I agree. I understand what you're saying there. I think I get what you're saying.
He's responding to Zach there, I think.
Neither team has really stretched the field. Tech's taken some shots. I don't feel like outside the PI call, that's what's going to happen. They're at least going to have to take some shots and hits on some if you're Florida State, because if not, then Tech can load the box and stop the run. That's going to be that's the biggest thing. Lee says luck wasn't due to the kicker. He's clearly a great kicker. King needs to get some more involved. I think that's if she just lost with the run, throwing some PA. Throwing some RPO off that King can explode. Second half, GT doesn't need to make any adjustments until FU.
Let me answer this one. Will's not here, so let me answer this real quick. If you don't think that a team needs to make second half adjustments, go look at Auburn when Brian Harsin was there. He never adjusted to anything.
Make adjustments regardless.
He didn't adjust to anything. That's why they lost to LSU that year. They were up 14-3 at halftime. They had LSU clearly beaten on both sides of the ball the whole entire first half. Didn't change anything. And they got beat. Didn't score in the second half. Make adjustments no matter how big or small they are. If one guy's getting beat, occasionally on offense. All right, if we're going to go down to what needs to be changed, look, Trevor even said it right here. There's always room to improve. Agreed. Tackling. If you got certain guys in your secondary that are getting they're making weak tackle attempts right now, or just not tackling, not wrapping up, and you have some guy who can do it better, put him in. I mean, that has been Tech's biggest flaw in defense right now is tackling. And I feel like
I think tackling's been better than it was last year.
Well, I mean,
but
it's better
still
than last year.
obviously.
But, I mean, it's tackling is like football 101. I always say this. You just got to find guys who are willing to get up to the player, wrap up, and just hold on for dear life if you have to. Like Roydell Williams is a big dude.
Yeah.
Like if you're safety, if is it wow, I can't think of the safeties right now. Number one, who's number one on defense?
Lamiles Brooks.
Lamiles Brooks. If Lamiles Brooks is 1-on-1 with Roydell Williams at open field, and is able to just get his leg and slow him down a little bit, you're helping. I mean, Trey Evers right behind him making a tackle. Just get to the guy, wrap up, slow him down, get him on the ground. You don't have to go out there and make the big hit. You don't have to. This is all football 101. My coaches always told us, it's the gator roll. Grab the leg and roll. You're not trying to hurt him. That's the best way to get a guy down on the field. Now, don't do it to the quarterback. Now, that's a penalty.
Wanted to get into this.
What's comment?
He said, "What adjustments?" Just kind of piggy back about Ralph said. It doesn't even need to be massively schematic wise. If they don't throw the ball, if they can't, you keep loading the box, daring them to run, and hope that you win your 1-on-1s.
Put some guys who can get upfield and make some plays in the backfield. I mean, it's not. You don't have to make a giant change. You're not. Defensively, you might take a look that you had on defense in that first drive. Well, that first drive, whatever defensive fronts you came out in and like formation you came out in, they might just scratch it from the playbook. Why?
Good comment here. We can't forget adjustments are why we lost to Louisville last year in the opener.
True.
They adjusted. We didn't. Yeah. Schematically, Echo Chamber says GT has been sound, putting a hat on hat offensively, adjusting personnel. Mauve maybe. I haven't targeted one play in particular, but as a unit, every position group has performed well. Yeah, I'd say it's been good. I mean, this is also the thing too.
One-time block that Avery.
They've got good athletes. They're going to make good plays at times. I don't think that there's been any massive bust, and that's been the biggest difference so far. You haven't seen something that is really self-inflicted by this defense. Ralph, I'll be right back while they down a Guinness here on the broadcast.
Oh boy!
But I'll be right back. I'm going to check on this dog that walked past and has not walked back past.
Oh gosh! All right, I'll take over for a little bit. Will is currently in his office right now. The fact is BS, Zach. It's not. It's just having Ramel. I mean, he made a good play. I said it earlier. When you tackle like that, you get your hands close to his face. You have that's going to happen. Happens too much. It sucks. It was a great pass rush by Ramel High. I said getting inside was impressive, but you got to watch your hands, man. I mean, this is it's simple football. I know it's hard. I know people just think that's stupid to say, but you can't have that happen. It's a simple mistake, simple thing to fix. Oh, is that halftime already starting? There's no way a second half already started, right? Oh, it has. Wow. I was not paying attention there. Look, I'm excited to see what happens here. Both teams make adjustments, obviously. Florida State, I said it earlier, Zach. I don't know if you were in here, but and that's the other guys. Florida State's using like 5 different running backs, and 2 different positions. So Will is back. Will, how was your conference call?
I mean, very productive. Feel like I'm about 10 pounds lighter.
We didn't need that part. Yeah, GT 90 champs. I agree. Huge possession here. Can you get downfield and score? Uh-oh.
This is not looking good for me. This is not looking good for me at all.
What was that? What would you say earlier to me, Will? Bend the knee? I don't think it's bend the knee. I think it's a smart pick.
bending the knee to the Georgia
Should I
Tech
tell people?
establishment.
Or just let it go? I'll send in a letter. How about that? They don't believe me anytime I say anything. So
Florida State's going to have to get a turnover or something because they're getting beat up front.
Yeah. Haynes King, there you go, Zach. He was getting more involved. He said, I think Zach said earlier that he thinks Haynes King needs to. Sorry.
I wanted to add this. I just texted someone who's there. They said the conditions suck.
Hey, get down.
In terms of like the actual field, it's not draining well.
Oh,
So I would say this, like I wouldn't be discouraged by really anything. This is the kind of game where early season, you're not supposed to have everything in tow. Like just try to get the win any way possible and get home. Like I would not put a lot of stock in terms of, well, our passing offense sucks this year or Haynes King isn't as good. Like you just get a win and you get home.
Yeah, that's the truth, Bryce. I mean, I think last year was almost the same conditions last year in this game. They call that a face mask? They need to.
No, he wanted
not.
it.
He didn't grab the face mask.
Okay, I see now.
Oh.
Yeah, GT, I agree. You don't like seeing your quarterback run like that sometimes because Chase getting hurt.
I think that was very telling from Florida State. They only rushed 4.
Yeah.
I think that shows how they feel this game's going for them.
They're going for it? Nope.
They are kicking
Burr's kicking it.
What is this, 52?
Is this the college football revamped Aiden Burr or?
I hope not.
I hope not. That guy's awful.
I hope it's not Bryce kicking it either.
Oh, no.
He missed it, I'm guessing. They're on a fake. Please don't ever run a fake.
Pushed it wide right.
Wide right.
Wide. That's
wow. That had the distance, though, man. That joker killed that
Plenty
ball.
of leg.
Go back to GT9's comment earlier. Huge possession here. I agree. He just didn't do anything. He had a great run first play. He didn't go back to
Didn't do anything.
He had one big run and didn't do anything after that.
They didn't go 3 and out. That would be nothing.
Well, I mean, you had one big run that was 30 yards and then didn't go back to it. Why? You ran Haynes King twice and then threw a pass. I mean, obviously the Jamal Haynes run was working really well. Go back to that. Great leg. Yeah, I mean, he had distance. But, all that matters if you make it. Should you keep playing defense?
Got a group text with a bunch of Georgia fans. Said running back gains 30 on a run and doesn't touch the ball again. Prison.
Also, too, I wonder how much, this is probably also being happened. Your call sheet is scripted coming out of halftime. So you're going to stick to that. Now, I think that's what makes good or great coordinators is your ability to, once you get off that call sheet or that play sheet, that's where you make the money. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like that's where you make your money as a play caller.
Do you know who the best example of that is? And he's a head coach right now in college football. Lane Kiffin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The guy who can go script for the first few plays, and then once he realizes how defense is set up, he's out there just rolling on top of his head. He's like, okay, we're gonna do this one right here, this one right here. And when you got weapons like he does, I mean, his playbook's wide open. So,
was that PI to y'all, or was that a face mask to y'all?
No. I'm iffy about it. It did look like his hand slipped over there.
They're not going to call that though, and I guarantee you, if it would have gone against DJU and they'd have called it, people would have freaked out.
Well, Zach had a comment earlier that the face mask was BS call. I said it wasn't. They're going to call that 99% of the time, dude. Like it just sucks. But when your face mask, when you're rushing the passer like that, and you get any kind of attack of a quarterback's helmet like that, and they see it obviously in the face mask right there, and his head turns sideways, they're going to call it. I mean, that's what they're looking for. They don't care. They don't see if you just touch the face mask. They want to see the quarterback's head spin around. I know. I mean, I know it's funny to say, but it's true. Like if that helmet spins, they're calling it. Yeah, exactly what Alex said. It didn't twist or anything. Yeah. Also, very true, Key. Can't rely on penalties to win it. Head up, move on, go Jackets. Jackets with an X. Have y'all seen the picture of Northwestern's new stadium? Like what it's gonna look like?
It's on the lake, isn't it? On the water.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Yeah, GT Buzz. I don't think that was a face mask. I just don't think it's egregious enough to be a face mask.
Oh, big Zeke. Gotta get 2 paws on that one, big guy.
Oh. Nice goal swing by Jesse Palmer there.
We don't care about that. Just show us football. We don't care about golf.
Alex says, also wonder if DJU will throw a little bit more this half. I think you got to get vertical. If not, Tech's going to be able to load the box, and then that's how they stop the run. You've got to be balanced if you're Florida State. So, here's an interesting down and distance. You're what, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6? So this is right on the edge of 3rd and long. Like this is 3rd and medium-ish. So now it's 3rd and 7. So
who is 21 for who? Georgia Tech or Florida State there, Jonesy? Play action slant.
Was his foot in? Nope, I guess not. That's still a great throw.
Yeah, that is a really great throw.
Wow.
He just didn't get it in. Mari Harvey, nice
game.
play there. Get him out, push him out of bounds.
Sorry, Alex.
Oh, he's in. He's in bounds. That right toe
really?
comes down. That right toe comes down first.
Oh, yeah, he's in.
Wow, what a catch.
Hey, what a sell job by the sideline right there, though.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That job by the sideline is like,
job.
no, not at all. Yeah, he's in. That's a
Rick King saw that right up front.
Jonesy, you're welcome for Amari Harvey. He is having a great game. I think he's going to have a great year, too.
Ball moved. Okay.
Where?
I don't know. He said ball moved.
The ball can move as long as it doesn't hit the ground.
That's a catch.
Let's catch all day.
Akron's playing Ohio State next weekend. Joe Moorhead going to lead the Zips into Columbus.
He's still at he's still at Akron?
He's the head coach there.
Jeez. Well, this is what we've been waiting to see for 2 quarters from DJU. A throw like that.
Yeah, that's a good throw. That's a really, really good throw. Did the toe hit, though? I know it looks in.
Yeah, it's in there.
It's got to be indisputable. You're not going. You may be able to see it right here. You cannot, but I think it does.
Yeah,
the way his foot flexes up.
Yeah, you can make that call from there.
Riddle me this, DJ. You can't make the simple throw, but dots on the back shoulder because he's not terrible. That's why.
Yeah, he was a 5-star quarterback. If you watch, the first time we ever saw DJU come to the light. If you go back to, was it QB1, the show on Netflix series?
Call reversed. Okay.
Yep. You go back to that QB1 series when it was season 1, where it had Jake Fromm. Oh gosh, the guy who went to Wake Forest, and then
Hartman.
No, not Hartman. Should go into acting. Yeah.
I like it, Alex.
It wasn't him. It was the other kid from Pennsylvania. And then it was Real Mitchell, who was at St. John Bosco in California. So And that's when he backed up, and DJU was the backup quarterback at the time, and ended up playing in middle of the year, and was just they thought he was one of the best quarterbacks. He was slinging it as a sophomore in high school, just beating the top teams in the country. A good ball. I mean, he's a little underthrown, but I mean, put it right where his receiver can get to it. He just makes a little.
That's very underthrown.
Yeah, but the receiver had a chance to get to it. Obviously, the conditions are bad, but never mind. I'll take it back.
Jesse Palmer saying that's just a throw you have to make to have success. He's exactly right. That's 100% on DJU. It's a bad throw. With that much time to throw and your guy that open, you have to make that.
If you lead him, that's a touchdown.
Easily.
Yep.
Jonesy thinks a turnover is coming here.
That didn't go for a ton, but that's a really good run by Toa Feely.
Yeah, when we come back inside and get some positive yards. The next throw will be spot on, probably. I mean, honestly, if you go any other quarterback, they're probably making that on the spot, but we don't know that. Got to get off the field. Oh yeah, big third down here for Georgia Tech. Obviously, do you let Florida State keep the ball longer and they're gonna get a first down here, or do you make a stop? So the play call is for Florida State here.
Jesus.
Oh my God. He was trying to hit that trash can over there in the back. He thought it was spring practice still when he threw into those trash cans. Have y'all seen that video of the Cowboys quarterbacks throwing at practice, and they're throwing those little nets like 30 yards downfield, and they all miss it?
Yes.
That's got to be concerning for some fans for the Cowboys. They're going for it. No, they're not. Sorry. Didn't see the punter back there. Interesting go for there.
Oh, man.
Just got a little too early.
God, if they explain to me the 12-team playoff one more time, anybody who's watching this game,
if you don't know,
and you don't know what the 12-team playoff is, you're a rock dweller.
Look,
first round 18th December 20th.
The last 2 days, the amount of rock dwellers that didn't even know that there was college football on today. Like, I'm not getting on them for being rock dwellers because it is week 0, but to your point, nobody watching week 0 doesn't know how the new playoff works.
Exactly.
Unless somebody, a sicko like us, is watching with their grandmother. That would be the only way. Jonesy knows.
Big play.
Troy, Iowa Air Force, auto bids.
DJ Lundy.
Jonesy knows.
Troy, Iowa Air Force auto bids. I wish. 4-7 games this year at most.
So there's one of those veteran linebackers, DJ Lundy. He's played like 4 or 5 years. I feel like this is about to be an absolute struggle to get to the finish line of this game.
Yeah, I agree.
GT90, Bryce can probably answer this question. Why are we running the same plays over and over and over again?
Yep.
Probably because your playbook's not that deep. Bryce, maybe you know better than I
Well,
do
you're going to have different variations. Like they feel like it's a run up the middle every single time, but it's out of different formations. It's out of different looks you're giving, different motions. And so it might be a halfback dive. Let's just call it that. But you're running it with the running back to the left, running back to the right. So, I mean, also, too, you've had success with those plays. Also, they're a good defense. They're not bad.
Yeah, they're a good team. That's why they won the conference last year.
King has thrown 7 passes?
Yes. He threw 5 in the first half.
Wow.
He's got time here. and he fell down. Rutherford fell
Yeah.
down.
There's the conditions playing into effect there. I guess.
I think he catches that too because there was nobody open on that corner route he was running. I mean, there was no one over there. Watch
Nobody
this.
there. Nobody there.
Oh, you clear it out with Chase Lane, where the corner and the safety are going with them, and dang, that's a missed opportunity.
Yeah, that sucks. I mean, just you don't like relying on defense, Alex. I understand that.
Oh my gosh, they almost got there.
Why didn't hit the punter? Uh-oh.
Decent field
I'm ahead
position,
of both of y'all. That was a terrifying play for Georgia Tech.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you almost got it blocked and then almost blew the coverage.
Bryce, who was the special teams coordinator for Georgia Tech?
Ricky Brumfield.
So, echo chamber, I think it's more the conditions as far as timing or anything like that. I think it's wet ground, wet, heavy ball. Like you saw, it was Rutherford right there, right? He just fell down, just slipped on the turf.
Bryce, read this comment, please.
Starting to look like the Coach Jeff Collins special teams. Oh, no, not quite. No, Will, I texted someone who's there at the game, and they did say the conditions suck, like in terms of the field not draining well. And I don't know how often this field is played on. You know, I don't know. Like I have no knowledge of that situation, but I do think that you can tell like some of the footing and stuff like that feels like guys are not super confident. At least it's not turf. That's what I'm glad about. You know, I'll say this. This whole Dr. Pepper Fansville thing is kind of cool, but if they brought back Larry Culpepper,
I'd be excited.
The sales would skyrocket. Skyrocket.
Yeah.
And I know you're a Dr. Pepper guy, Will. Like you like Dr. Pepper.
I love Dr. Pepper. 23 flavors. Nothing better.
I disagree.
Yeah, so here's an on-the-ground report. He goes, it sprinkled and rained at the beginning. There's a slight wind, but he said overall this is good. This person says it's good football weather. I talked to some people who were over there, and they said that from just a perspective of football weather, like this is like a October, November type weather, which is kind of cool.
60 degrees there.
That's awesome.
That's what it was this morning at the start of game day. So I assumed it didn't go much higher than that.
I don't think soccer turf fielding is built for American football game or athletes. I don't have enough knowledge to be able to speak on that. I have no clue.
This is great for me and Jonesy's favorite segment where I get to talk about soccer. It's funny. Obviously, the fields they're not meant to play both games on.
I didn't know that. That's really.
That's been made obvious to me with a lot of English Premier League teams coming and doing American tours and playing in football stadiums. Like the team I watched, Chelsea, they played Manchester City at Ohio State Stadium in Columbus. They played in Charlotte at Bank of America Stadium. And the coaches and players for every team that I've seen have complained about the playing surface, the dimensions of it, the size. I mean, you can go to an Atlanta United match in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and the field takes up basically the entire bottom of the stadium, the entire field. Whereas, like for American football, the field's a lot narrower, obviously, because you have the players and coaches on the sidelines. You don't have that in soccer. So the dimensions are different. The surface is different. Been a lot of complaints from soccer teams that I've seen playing on American football fields.
Florida State back to work now. Not bad field position either to start from.
I was fully expecting Jonesy to come scorched earth in the comments, and he has been silent.
I know one thing, when they run this little two running back set and they lead block one of these running backs, especially for a freshman, this Cam Davis kid just blew up whoever Tech's defender was over there.
Yeah. I say maybe it's nap time for Jonesy. I know he got started drinking early today.
Yeah, he said he was already drunk before the game started, really.
Ooh. Pretty big hit from Eford right there.
Good grief. Yeah, nice job by Eford here. I mean, that's 3rd and 1 now. This is big. If you can force a 3 and out, you feel good about it.
I keep forgetting I'm like 20 seconds ahead of y'all.
Oh, they run a QB sneak? I don't like that play.
I would too if I had a 6'4", 6'5", 250-pound quarterback.
I mean, yeah.
Let the Joker fall forward. Because this is the thing. Like, if Florida State fans are going to leave this game regardless, concerned about the offense, okay, your number one thing is get out of here with a win. So regardless if DJU throws another pass over 8 yards, it doesn't matter. You leave with a win. You figure it out next week. That's what you do.
Well,
like,
look at that graphic. I think that's a good sign. They got 111 passing yards, 97 rush yards. They're very balanced.
Yeah.
It hasn't been explosive, but it's been bad.
I think you might see him air it out here, actually. Well, you got 2 running back sets, so probably not. He might have a little lead run again like the last time. Yep. There it is.
Man, Romello Height nearly had him in the backfield.
Who just made that tackle at the end of the play? Just laid the boomstick on him there.
Zach Toby, transfer safety. Clayton Powell Lee got away with probably targeting right there. And I don't even necessarily agree it was targeting because he was falling down, know what you're supposed to do.
He's a
but
runner.
The way that call has been called over the past couple of years, I'm surprised they didn't throw the flag.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. It's a good thing that Smoke Monday does not play college football anymore.
Miles Brooks coming on a blitz.
Oh, just a little bit.
I think if you're Florida State, offensively, you get out of here with a win, but especially if you win it, you feel pretty dang good about where you are offensively. I mean, we've seen them try to take shots, and they've been so close. So close. Like you see on this play right here. DJ just throws it a couple yards out of bounds, 2-3 yards back to the left, and that's probably a catch and a touchdown.
Now I'm going to tell you, I'd have hit the running back of the guy out of the wheel route lined up on Eford and man coverage. They brought Brooks, which didn't allow. But see, that's why you blitz. So when it works, he can't see that.
Actually, Bryce, that didn't work because they didn't get a sack. Remember, sacks are the only metric for pass rush.
That is very true. Another safety blitz. Look, this is what we talked about. You got to make him uncomfortable. You force him into 3rd and long. You bring the extra pressure. You know he's not progressing well already. And now you set a situation where if he's not progressing well when he has time, he's definitely not going to progress well under duress. I mean, this safety blitz is awesome. I will tell you this. I love the way they are using Tay Seymour, the number 7. He is a good athlete. I don't think he's a polished in pass coverage necessarily, but this is pretty good defensive.
First sack of the game. Wow.
Why did he not fair catch?
Oh my gosh.
Why did he not call a fair catch?
He lost a yard from that tackle.
He's lucky he didn't fumble that ball.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh my God. He's lucky he caught it because he was reaching out for the ball too.
Ooh, and he put his helmet right there on the ball too.
It's a good tackle.
That's how you lose your job as a punt returner right there.
Well, Bryce would have had Christian Leary back in the first place.
Is that Keontae Scott? What are you talking about, Gavin? You talking about no fair catch?
Here's a tweet from a former Clemson beach writer, or beat writer, not beach writer. I'm sorry. Don't get all the DJ you hate. He's 12 of 14 with 2 drops. Seems pretty clear FSU is being safe and taking easy passes. And then a guy that covers Duke said, well, this is also a great example of that Santucci is great at making quarterbacks look conservative. He's not giving him anything over the top, forcing him to hit the short routes. You couple that with a new quarterback, new receivers that probably aren't as good as last year's, and this past game really can't do much more than what we've seen. I like that. That's
Good point.
Someone changed. Did you guys see this? Someone changed the graphic. It says DJ, you need to get a job instead of Uyunglele on his Wikipedia page.
Or that's been changed yet. They've already changed it back. Good. Do you know what the DJ stands for?
No.
No idea.
David John. Yeah. Not what you expected, was it?
I mean, I didn't have an expectation because it doesn't really matter to me. I'm going to call him DJ.
Oh, I'm not going to call him David John. Tell you that. We might be seeing Bailey Stockton at punt returner or someone else. Oh, please. I don't want to talk about Bailey Stockton today. Bailey Stockton brought Vandergrift.
I wonder what that Rivals thread is looking like right now.
Sure.
I got a quick question for you. Should I cash out of my Georgia Tech money line bet?
At what?
What do you win if you cash out?
Well, I just do $5. I'm not throwing a lot on there, so I'd win $7
That's $2.
if I cash out right now. The total payout's $23.
Nah, I'd hold on to it.
Especially if they score a touchdown right here.
Now, if it was tied with 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter and your payout's probably like $16, then I'd say, yeah. A little RPO Y flat.
I need to apologize for my fellow Knowles. They can be a tad bit unhinged.
Avery
Buster
Boyd
Faulkner's been playing NCAA or CFB 25.
Echo, you're a Florida State fan? No, I like that play to get Avery Boyd in space. Not a traditional tight end, but that's what you got to do. Haynes King is 4 of 4 on throws 5 yards or less. No, nobody's going down the field. This is what's crazy. Nobody's hit on a vertical shot yet.
Another quarterback keeper.
Read option.
I didn't like him running that one up the middle.
Yeah, I think you should just hit the hand off there. Haynes King's got to realize his value in this offense here. You can't be going up the middle and taking shots. In situations like that, if there's no way you can hand the ball off and get positive yards and you can't keep it to get positive yards, just hand it off to the running back. Let him get tackled in the backfield.
Oh,
you're too important downfield. Yeah.
Ooh, man.
Good catch.
Florida State has
Chase Lane, former teammates in College Station right there.
Got a couple busted coverages from Florida State. Finally, Georgia
I feel
Tech
like Tech went deep. And see, here's the tempo now. You're going to stack your receivers. I'd keep running some tempo.
Yeah.
Jesse Palmer called that a busted coverage. I'm not sure. I think that was the safety's assignment, and it was just a corner route.
So he's lined up in the middle of the field. I mean,
You're not feeding Chase Lane more.
Ooh.
2 for 2 today.
Nice move by Malik there. Oh, man, this is getting interesting as we get closer to the fourth.
Yeah, very underwhelming third quarter, honestly, offensively for both sides of the ball. Until about right now, honestly, for Georgia Tech.
Oh, man.
Just, wow. What a play.
That's the improviser badge right there.
It's a good badge to have as a quarterback.
Well, as I check what Vegas thinks, Georgia Tech is now favored to win this game.
What's the spread?
On the money line, minus 110 on the money line.
What do they have the spread at now?
Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. How did Georgia Tech get back on that?
We fumble the ball.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, no.
Wow.
That would have been awful for Georgia Tech right there. I mean, that would have been, I don't want to say game changing, but it really would have been. Nice escape. Can I say that quiet?
But you know what? You could kind of see that coming because they had the one earlier in the game where they nearly fumbled it. Echo, go ahead and say the quiet out loud. Go ahead and tell us. But that's been an issue for them so far this game.
I mean, good play by 13 on defense. Just not ball away for Haynes King to get it. I mean,
oh my goodness.
Will, you are ahead of us. This is really.
So the spread, well, okay. See, that makes me mad.
Pressing.
I think a live bet on Georgia Tech, and as soon as I submit it, it flips back. Now Florida State's favored by 2.5.
My cash out went up to $10.39.
Make your $5.39, Bryce.
But I just live bet Georgia Tech money line, so we're all in. We're all in on Georgia Tech to win this game.
FanDuel still has them at 2.5 point dogs.
Wow, what a run by Haynes right there. That wasn't Haynes, sorry, that was 27. Buster Faulkner.
Remember when he came over and Georgia was in the playoff after they won the national title against TCU, and Tech fans were pissed that he was coaching and or like helping them out during December still.
Yeah, see the season through, man.
I'm gonna say it. Georgia Tech's winning this football game. Georgia Tech is about to win.
What a run by Haynes King! Wow, he did a 1 yard line there, 2 yard line, marking the 1. He took a little late there at the end of the play. If you didn't see it.
Georgia Tech's going to win this football game.
Quarterback draw all the way. Get your center out there. That center's terrible in space. I know from playing in EA College World 25.
Well, I mean, that referee threw a big block on him.
Yeah. What do you run here?
You wait for the fourth quarter.
GT90 says put Pyron in.
If Pyron finished this game with 2 touchdowns and Haynes King only had 1, I'd be pissed.
Wild. Fourth quarter, here we come, ladies and gentlemen.
Georgia Tech's going to have to turn the ball over for Florida State. I feel like have a chance at this point in the game. Florida State has done nothing on offense to make me believe that they can win this game.
Well, my bet for Haynes King over past yards doesn't look like it's going to happen. He's up a big fourth quarter for me to get that going.
I think through 3 quarters, Georgia Tech has proven at least everybody in the three of us and everybody in national media completely wrong.
Mm-hmm. So the line is moved to 2.5 right now. The money line is at -120 toward Georgia Tech. All right. I will be back. Will knows why.
Dr. Bob, my heart is pounding. I can't take this. Daniel, I am alive. It gets dead in here when the game's on commercial. Alex says it seems that we have tied with FSU at their own game. Yeah, it does. I mean, Georgia Tech has done what I thought Florida State was going to be able to do, which is control the line of scrimmage, run the ball. Florida State, they've had a couple good runs. They've certainly ran it better than they've thrown it, but really haven't had a lot of success. Daniels with Dr. Bob. Love that.
You know, I got to make sure we got the computer charged because around 5, give us about 5 minutes. We're going live, opening up the phone lines, talking about this game, win or loss.
How about this? This is nuts. We're up to 216 people watching us watch a football game.
Yeah, I don't know why. I have no clue why. You know what, though? You won't have to watch us watch football next week, baby, because we'll be in the ATL.
We will be there. You can be at the game, watching the game with us.
You can. All right, so Will, let's talk about this real quick. We're through 3 quarters. You've shown that you belong. You know, like you can play with them. Now enters the time of where fans are going to make excuses. How do you deal with this as a Georgia Tech fan if you lose this game?
I don't know. I mean, you're certainly going to spin it to say, well, nobody gave us a chance anyway. We were the only ones that gave us a chance anyway.
Game.
What's that?
You know you should win this football game.
Oh, yeah. Like Georgia Tech, like I said before we got to the fourth quarter, the only way Florida State's going to get back in this game is forcing a turnover. And they can't stop the run. I mean, right there, Jamal Haynes just goes right up the middle of the touchdown. I mean, Florida State can't stop the run. I mean, this has been the opposite of what I thought would happen and, you know, what I think many people thought would happen. Georgia Tech has owned the lines of scrimmage. They have owned the lines of scrimmage today, which we thought Florida State was going to do.
Yeah. As did everybody else in the country.
And it's showing. I asked the question going into halftime, like, obviously the Tech sidelines fired up. They came into this game fired up, wanting this game badly. But could they keep it up in the second half? And they answered the bell without a doubt.
Yeah, this hasn't been a getting lucky thing. Like Tech hasn't gotten lucky. This is you're just playing better.
Winning. They're winning this game. They're not just in it. Florida State's keeping them around. They're in it, and they're winning it. We've seen underdogs in the past a lot of times have that juice early in the game and then come out in the second half and they don't have it, but Georgia Tech has it. They're showing Haynes King some of the throws he made on that drive. That touchdown drive was all because of those big throws Haynes King made, like that big one on 3rd and 12.
Yeah, this one
as
right
he's
here.
getting hit. Yep, as he's getting hit.
I'll tell you this though, he hasn't been explosive. He's making good decisions. He's making good decisions with the football. 21-14. This is getting interesting, folks.
Now we're going to find out about Florida State, I think. They haven't been down yet.
Well, what I tell you this week, what do we talk about? Do you trust DJU down by 10, or in this scenario, down by 7 in the fourth quarter to go win you a football game? You're about to figure out. Here's something, too. This isn't a smaller comparison. I just thought they were better. Like, I don't think I can't speak for everybody. I don't think I thought that Georgia Tech, the idea of Georgia Tech's offensive line was ever smaller. Okay, when they first made the switch from the triple option, they're not smaller. I just thought Florida State's defensive line was going to be better than what they could do up front.
I definitely said that about Georgia Tech's defensive line compared to Florida State's offensive line, but I've been wrong.
All right, here we go. See what they can do.
That's a really good throw by DJU.
That's a tough throw. See, you see this is the thing. You see the talent. Like, he's got the ability to go out there and throw a dart. It's just he hasn't put it all together.
Yep.
Just 2 drives so far in the second half for Florida State.
I mean, he's 14 of 20. And
hasn't really made a bad decision.
Neither team is really throwing the ball down the field.
I don't think they can hear. Okay. There's Kyle Leaford right there.
It's surprising.
That blue-collar lunch pail mentality.
It's going to be fun for Georgia Tech fans this week, though, hearing everybody, including us, eat their words. Because Georgia Tech has certainly come out and impressed. Yep, Jonesy, you're exactly right. This is a completely different defense.
Yeah, it is. I agree.
The mentality is different.
I just got a text from someone who's not a fan, who's a college football podcaster. He goes, Georgia Tech looks legit this year, man. You weren't lying on your show. I like this Tyler Santucci defense, man. I like it. It's fun. It's aggressive. Now, how could it be beat is if they block you and they hit on those plays. But Florida State hasn't been able to hit on those plays, and so credit to Tech.
Yep. Big time right there. They're going to give him the first. Huge throw right there.
Okay, so we're talking about DJU being slow. I compared to the upper echelon quarterbacks, I agree now. Like, it looks, I don't know, Will, it looks like it's just there's not a ton of confidence in the decision he's making. He hasn't made a wrong decision, but it's not just, he's not unleashing it. Like, he's not just quick, decisive with what he's doing with the football.
Yeah. So I just got a text from an Auburn fan. Brent Key is freaking for real. I said,
look, we talked about what a win here would mean. It's respect. It's respect.
Yep. And this is what I said in response, and this is kind of my thought on it. Yeah, Brent Key, he's certainly grown up and grown into this job and has learned how to be a head coach, right? He did a really good job last year just getting to a bowl game and winning it, and I think it's showing how much he's improved here. But at the same time, that's some big plays being made right here. Like, this is not a slight on Brent Key. this can also show how good of a head coach is, how maybe self-aware and kind of knowing what he needs.
Yeah.
He's got some really good coordinators now.
He's got a good coaching staff around him.
Just in game one, through a little over 3 quarters we've seen of this defense, it is night and day different. Night and day better than last year. Night and day better. So he's done a great job in that regard, going and getting the right people. And that's part of the job of being a head coach.
Oh, my gosh. Did you see that block the center delivered on the blitzing linebacker? Dear Lord. Yeah, it's not as dynamic of a Florida State offense, I think. But what they're good at, Georgia Tech has beaten them at. So I wouldn't let FSU fans make excuses if you're a Tech fan. God, I wish this game was played on campus, man.
This will make next week more fun for us, though. I mean, and
I'm
all
excited.
said it. Like, we would like to see Georgia Tech win. But,
contrary to popular belief,
if Florida State was as advertised, on paper they're a better team, but they've clearly showed that they're not.
Dude, they're going for this.
Jonesy says this run defense is nuts. We haven't had this in years. That's been the difference. It's been the difference.
You've stopped them at what they are supposedly good at. And it's this is exactly how we said the game would play out if Georgia Tech were to try to win this football game, is that you'd have to stop them on the run and force him to beat you.
Purdy Glazer, I see your comment, but I think we'll wait a little while before we talk about it. Yep. Purdy Glazer, that right there is why I don't want to get to that yet.
Ja'Kai Douglas, that's a great route. Sits down in that zone. He knows where it has some awareness as a route runner. That's big. Like, watch this. I mean, this is single high safety, sits right down there. And that ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage, by the way, too.
When DJ is on his game, you saw him, he slid in the pocket to be able to get in a position to make that throw. But they only rushed 3. I think they've rushed it feels like they've rushed at least 5 every other play this game.
Romello Height. Will, that dude's kind of been fun to watch today.
Yeah, he I mean, we said it. If he can put it together, he can be really good. Player. He's fast. You see, he's got long arms.
Gets down the line really quickly too.
He came into Auburn kind of as a tweener, I think, a little bit, and they were hoping to mold him into an edge rusher, but unfortunately, he came in with what's got to be the worst coaching staff in Auburn history. Nobody got any better in that year and a half. So that's unfortunate for him. I'm glad to see that he's obviously in a much better situation and playing really well.
All right, so watch this third down personnel they bring off. They bring off Lamiles Brooks, who has moved from strong safety over to free safety now. This is where 3rd and 9, they're going to put Tay Seymour back on the field, a little more speed, and I like this. I don't know. I really, really like this formation that they go with on 3rd and medium and 3rd and long. Shelley in that kind of slot corner.
What? 3rd and 9 and Florida State tries to run the ball.
I don't like that.
Vandenberg with the tackle. There with Romello.
Penn State transfer, bro.
Yeah. what you kicking and you go for it here.
No, they're going for it. I mean, Norvell clearly has no faith in
This
his
might be the
defense.
game.
Georgia Tech has controlled the clock big time. Every time they've had the ball and gone down the field and scored, it's been. I think the shortest drive was that last one. It was only 7 minutes.
I love the 4th down little stat line in the corner that's saying "Go for it."
Oh, the analytics.
Yeah,
this could be the game right here.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yo, this is just a good football game. This is turned into a good football game.
That's if you're a Florida State fan, you that was not a fun situation to be in right there.
Well, that play was what I was expecting more of. One-on-one man coverage, Florida State winning that
coverage
battle.
there, honestly. It wasn't a very good coverage there by 27. You got to be better than that. Was it 23?
So you're telling me if they score here, Haynes King's going to get the ball with a chance to go score and win this football game?
They got to score first. Well, there you go.
Man, oh man.
All right.
How big, by the way, how big is that 2-point conversion earlier in the game?
Yeah, that's
huge right now. And the field goal, the 59-yard field goal at the end of the half.
I mean, both the 51-yarder and 59-yarder.
I'll tell you what, the drive chart of this game is going to be nuts. 17 plays, 15 plays, like teams just grinding out. This is crazy.
The win probability is really funny, though, because it starts up here, Florida State, and it just kind of dwindles down slowly. It drops all the way down to Georgia Tech at 81%, and now we're back up to like Georgia Tech at 53% to win. Where at kickoff, it was like what? 82% Florida State to win.
Yeah. All right, my cash out has gone down to $8.93. What do we think?
Tech missing on that field goal is big.
Yeah, it is. Will, what do you think?
Don't do it, Bryce. I have a feeling.
You got a feeling?
I got a feeling.
I got Georgia Tech money line plus 340.
I would not mind OT though.
Will, you took the under on this game, right?
You took the over.
You took buddy.
I did
so
too.
You took the over for the first half and the over for we can't hear you.
Oh no. Not in the fourth quarter.
Not
Bryce,
in crunch time.
We've got somebody that wants to call in.
Okay. Do I know him?
You know him. Yeah, you know him.
Is he going to be at the tailgate next weekend?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Make sure, hey, folks, we're going to end this stream after the game's over. Give us about 10 minutes. We're going to go post-game live. I'll be talking. Oh, look at here. Is that an old Troy State logo?
Right
Yes, sir.
No, it's not.
He wants to call in right now. Are we gonna make an exception and let somebody call in early?
I'm not letting him call in right now.
Who is it?
He's going to be at the tailgate next week.
Which one?
Huh?
Oh wait, I forgot the other one's not going.
I think you're muted again.
He's on the phone. He's on talk live on the stream on the phone with his camera on.
Will's gonna put the phone up to the microphone.
Yeah, unprofessional. Will. No, that is not the old Troy State logo. The old Troy State logo is a TSU. This was the logo we had when I was a freshman, though. When I first got there, they brought the Power T the next year I was there. This was thank God. Power T is way better looking than.
I'll be right back, Rob.
Well, it looks like it's me just again, guys. So any comments, guys, about what y'all thought about that drive was? Like Florida State, obviously converting 2 4th downs in that drive is wild enough, and they're 3 for 3 on 4th down conversions today. You know that and being 4th and long too, not 4th and 1s. I mean, that puts a lot of momentum toward Florida State right now. That's not an Old Troy State logo.
6 minutes. What do you mean? Okay.
Is it time to take a step back, Bryce?
What's that?
Is it time to take a break for you right now?
No. Come on. Oh yeah. All righty.
Oh, wait, I was about to do something too.
We're gonna watch it together.
Miss Addie Grace has graced us with her presence. Bryce, about the show. He said that's not. This is a Troy State logo. This is an old Troy State logo.
Very true.
That's the one I like. Bryce, I don't know where that other one is at.
All right, come on. What's gonna happen here?
There it is. Addie, you gotta sit still, girl.
She's locked in, Ralph.
It looks like she's attached to the microphone stand, by the way.
Hillary, come here.
Hey, we have a comment, Bryce. What's up,
little one? There you go.
Look at that hair.
We're locked in, Addie. Remember, Addie took Georgia Tech in the upset. Her pick's looking really good.
Addie Grace has $100 on Georgia Tech money line right now.
I hope not, because I don't know where she got that money from.
It's in her college fund.
What do you think? You got to look at the people. Tell them what you think.
Big eyes. Woo, 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 Addie Grace, woo, woo.
Haynes King getting to the outside.
Oh, wow.
This is a big third down right here.
If you don't get it, you had to punt. You cannot lose the ball on this side of the field this close to there is.
Oh, yeah. You got to punt if you don't get this.
Because that kicker's got some range. Miss Hillary Koon, please show up. Throw the quick out, probably right. A little screen play. They're thinking you're thinking run play in the middle, probably a little read option. I throw a little RPO in it and then just hit a little screen play in the corner.
Here we go.
I can see a bubble screen right here, a little RPO bubble. Just motion them to the other side of the field.
Oh my gosh!
Wow!
A cool start.
That right there, that hurts. That is a false start on Georgia Tech. That is a big pain.
Brent Key's gonna.
That's the worst thing this offensive line. That's the worst thing this offensive line has done the whole game.
Brent Key's going to talk about executing people on the field after the game.
Addie Grace is attached to the mic stand, Bryce, or Will. I don't know if you noticed this. Oh, she's not like that. She's going for the helmet. Oh, no.
She's changing her pickup?
Oh, she almost caught it. Let's shut it
Here
the
we
shot.
go.
Oh, my God.
Shot. Will's pit stains are showing.
Jamal Haynes broke that joker's ankles.
This game is over. This game is over. Georgia Tech.
Get that guy a map.
This game's over. I'll say it now. It's over.
My ankle crossed over from here. I'm sitting down.
I mean, you put a linebacker on him. That's a problem. Oh my God!
He broke both of them. Good grief! What a play!
Not big statistical numbers, but big moments from this Georgia Tech team.
Haynes King is putting the team on his back.
To the people who are in the
look at the right guard.
The guys in the Discord, please stop saying what you're saying. There's a comment in there that needs to be addressed.
All right. So we know, I've said it before, I've never been in Bobby Dodd Stadium. I am pumped for next week.
Agree there. FSU is tackling way too high. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wow,
I mean, what do you guys think? They got 3 timeouts, 2 more first downs. This game's over because you got 3 timeouts with a 2-minute warning.
If you give it to Aiden Burr here, be careful.
You still have to score.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. Still got to score.
What's I'm saying? 2 more first downs. I mean, they're not going to have any time, and you have a chance to set up for a game-winning field goal. Hey, could you turn your head a little bit? You're watching. We'll turn you this way.
Hey, now she's looking at you. Turn her to angle so she can look at that angle. She's locked in on that TV, dude.
Yeah, she does not want to look. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go. Oh,
nope.
Never mind.
She said, I want to watch this game.
She's like, I have money on this game. I told you.
She's got Tech money line.
Haynes is getting outside, and he loses 2 yards in that play, I'm pretty sure. Well, I mean, clock's on a run here. Oh, he got 3 yards. Wow, I thought he lost yards. Yeah, Jones.
Jesse Palmer just said Aiden Burr made a 62-yard field goal in the spring game.
Come look at this. Come look at the stream. Look how locked in she looks on TV.
Whoa.
She's locked in.
She's threatening to chop a little bit over there. She looks like she's trying to be a
chop. No, we did that last night when the Braves walked off against the Nationals. Only 5 out, baby.
We got a timeout by Florida State.
No, 2-minute warning.
I forgot about that.
She's done. All right, Addie. Say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye, Addie.
Say bye.
Say bye.
Okay. Great talk. Good talk. Good interview. Okay. The amount of people that are just randomly texting me right now is hilarious.
My phone couldn't be any drier. This because I don't know nobody.
I'm excited to watch the watch along on Monday night of Bryce on Go 24/7 YouTube channel.
What'd you say?
Ready to watch your watch along of LSU USC.
Oh, I'm not doing that. After this almost 3-hour debacle we've had.
Debacle, we got 229 people watching.
We have 229 people watching and like 6 people commenting. This is from Florida State fan. He goes, if I'm Tech, the ball will not leave Jamal Haynes or Haynes King's hands. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, until they stop it. And let kind of go back. Like, the numbers haven't been explosive for either team, but Georgia Tech has made the big plays.
I think I said it on the show Wednesday. Like, for Tech to win this game, they're going to have to make it ugly. And that's what they've done.
Yeah, they've made DJU.
The weather's played a big factor in that, but I mean, to pull off an upset, you've got to make the game ugly.
Someone tweeted, man, Florida State would be killing Georgia Tech if their starters didn't opt out.
Jeez. That picture is wild.
Oh my gosh. Someone that covers Auburn loosely, independent media, tweeted, DJU is the Polynesian version of Jeremy Johnson.
I saw that.
Oh no.
All right, here we go. Come on. 2 minutes
Oh
left in the game.
gosh, man, this is. Well, I'll tell you this: a win right here for Georgia Tech.
You're an ACC title contender.
It puts them firmly in the driver's seat for a playoff spot. I mean,
All
we
right,
talked.
here's the thing. Do not do what Miami did and fumble the ball.
Don't even mention it. Don't even talk about it. We might be getting another dancing GIF, by the way. We might be getting another dancing GIF.
Well, that stream's getting monetized.
I mean, we said it on the last couple of shows, talking about playoff predictions. This is a resume building game for Georgia Tech.
Yeah. It's also, you also want to talk about it? This is a handoff once again. This is not only a resume building, this is a foundation setting win for Brent Key as the head coach of Georgia Tech. He's had some good wins. This shows in year 2, almost really year 3, because he had 8 games in the interim season. They're the real deal. All right, Florida State's timeouts. Here they come. Oh my gosh.
I mean, I would argue that this is really the start of the Brent Key tenure. I mean, he was still, even last year, dealing with so much, I don't know if you call it noise or just things going on around the program and around the team from the previous head coach, even though he had 8 games as an interim, still had a lot of carryover from last year. This year feels so much more fresh.
Does anyone have the GIF of me dancing, by the way?
I do.
Send it to me.
I'm sure Ralph does.
Hey, Bryce. Andy says, my anxiety's through the roof right now. I don't know, man. This is fun. This is a lot of fun. I'm gonna tell you one thing. If we need to be hitting 300 people watching live at least on this post game show, because we're opening up the phone lines. We want to hear from you. If you're directly in, and I know we may be getting a little ahead of ourselves here, but good Lord. Did you text it to me, Ralph?
I just sent it to you, bud.
I'm ready for some explosive phone calls.
What's that number?
Namely coming after me.
Hey,
the number will show up later.
Yeah, we're going to end this stream and then wait about 10 minutes, and then we're going to roll in. We're going to roll out.
Roll out.
Andy, you might be anxious, but you will get to learn. You will learn to love this feeling. You will get. It's one. Ralph got to watch me feel it last year in the Auburn Georgia game. The anticipation when you're in a game, a big upset game like this, when your team is in it to win to pull off a big upset like this.
We had a lot of fun today.
You'll love it.
That doesn't work, Ralph. I don't know why. It sends it as it saves it as a I don't know how to save that as a GIF. Let's try this. Okay, here we go. Can I tweet it as one?
Bryce, are we not going to do a watch along of the NWSL games tomorrow night?
Yeah, I'd rather I don't know. I'd rather do anything. Jonesy says you got to score a touchdown. Why? They're not getting the ball back, Jonesy. There's not a chance they get the ball back right.
If they do, Jonesy, they're not going down the field and scoring. They're not.
Their offense has been too slow today to do that.
Well, and another thing I think playing a factor that we haven't talked about,
I think
these long drives by Georgia Tech. These long drives by Georgia Tech has kept their defense fresh. You know, I said it at halftime. I was worried about the depth, wanted to see Georgia Tech's depth, but their offense has taken that factor completely out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. So you're on the 31. It's a 48-yarder from right here.
Hey, Mission
You can
51
run
early.
this thing all the way down, call a timeout, and kick a field goal with no time remaining.
Well, and you make Florida State use all their timeouts.
Because there's not a scenario where Florida State's getting the ball back right here. It's either you win it or you go to overtime. We need to get within the 20. Andy, I mean, yeah, that'd be nice. Burr's got a leg, though. Yeah, but he pushed it. And that gives me confidence that he's got the leg. It's not a distance thing.
I'd love it if ESPN didn't go to a commercial every time there was a timeout.
Yeah,
Roll out. Roll out.
This wouldn't be a 3-hour game if it weren't for ESPN taking so many commercial breaks. Echo says, I wouldn't use my timeouts if I'm FSU. Why not?
You just don't let them score and
Because
burn the clock down and lose.
I mean, conventional wisdom means you call timeouts. And, you know, Bryce told Ralph not to say it, but we saw last year when teams don't want to take a knee, sometimes things can happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think, and it's probably more of an optics thing. If you don't use timeouts and Georgia Tech just bleeds the clock and kicks field goal to win, then people are asking, why didn't you use your timeouts?
Yeah.
You can't take them with you.
Mm-hmm.
Also, did y'all see that Montana State's a 12.5-point favorite over New Mexico? An FCS team is a favorite over an FBS team?
Are they the national champions?
I don't know who won it last year. One of the Montana teams won it.
It was Montana State. I'm pretty sure. Montana was good, but Montana State won, I think.
That New Mexico team comes to Auburn week 3.
People are saying can't play for 3. I don't understand what that means. They're not getting the football back. You can't get the ball back FSU, right? Yeah, you pretty much have to play for 3 unless they just give you a touchdown. Yeah, like you literally are going to run this ball 2 more times. You're going to wind it down to 1 second. They have 1 timeout left. So they're going to call a timeout this next play. You wind it down, get it where you want it, and then he kicks field goal with 1 second left. Like that's the game plan. So either aside from a blocked kick and you return it for a touchdown.
No. South Dakota State won the national championship last year.
Oh, okay.
Montana State.
You can't.
No, go well.
You can't put the ball in the air right here and risk an interception.
Yeah, or Haynes King fumbling again in the backfield. It was South Dakota State versus Montana in the national championship game. South Dakota won. Montana State lost to North Dakota State in the quarterfinals.
Okay, but back to what we're saying, like, there's not a scenario where they get the ball back. I have trouble trusting Burr. Okay, well, then the worst possible scenario here is that you're going to overtime. You create a scenario to where they never get the ball back.
Give me points. Go to OT and give me points.
ESPN with the jinx right there.
I need to see what my cash out is.
You get 10 more yards.
Hayden Burr has never attempted a game-tying or go-ahead field goal in the fourth quarter in college career.
Tyler Watkins, this game is over. DJ is very overrated.
What's up, Tyler?
Correct.
Yeah, he is. He's not good. I mean, he's not. He's not
oh
been
my
good.
gosh!
Don't say anything.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
That was the worst case scenario right there. That is
no, it wasn't. It wasn't.
No, worst case they fell on it. that's pretty close. Holy cow. Did that hit off Singleton?
Yeah.
No, I think he just ran in front. Maybe it did hit him.
I think when it hit
I
off his
don't know.
shoulder,
I think it timed it so close that it literally got in his way.
I think Haynes was not prepared for it to come as soon as he get across in front of his face.
Cash out at 12:41. I'm riding this, baby. Let's roll. I'm riding it.
Third down.
I want my $22 payout. Let's go, baby.
I think Georgia Tech's called timeout.
You're on the 39, so that is a 56-yard field goal.
He
It's
has
still
the
in
leg.
field goal range.
He has the leg. He just pushed it right last time.
Well, here's the thing. They have no timeouts. You run a screen pass or you run the ball. You get 5 or 6 yards, set yourself up. This game might be going to overtime. Oh, baby. Will, you can't react to anything, okay? You can't react to anything. Don't react to anything. Just put your head down in your hands. What I say? Screen pass. Screen pass. Here we go. This is it. Oh my gosh. You wind this thing all the way down. There's a 4-second differential between game clock and play clock. 4 seconds. You kick the field goal, and that's it. Either you miss it, you go to overtime. Holy cow. Here we go.
What that play tells me is Burr likes it on the left hash. Because otherwise they would have tried to run it and put it in the middle of the field.
Think about it. He pushed it when he was on the right hash. If he pushes it here, he's got room for error.
Exactly.
Get the theme song ready.
I'm nervous.
All right. Give him 5 seconds.
Oh no, ESPN.
They showed it. They showed it. ESPN out here trying to jinx the game.
ESPN has money. Florida State. What?
The last time they beat a top 10 team was this game.
You said 15 straight losses against the top 10 team.
Their Discord watchers are behind. So it's just I call it screen pass here. Here we go.
Payouts $15. Do I take it?
No. Lock it in, Bryce.
Come on. Come on, Aiden Burr. Route Will, do not say anything. Let's go!
Wow.
Let's go!
What a game.
Wow.
What a game.
Andy, praise the Lord.
Oh, what a game.
She's 1-0, people.
She's the reason.
She is 1-0.
What is that?
Don't do this.
I should wear her on my H King shirt.
Go ahead.
Go get it. Go get it.
Do it.
Let's not get copyrighted.
Yeah, we already
Bryce
are.
on the
Bryce don't
screen.
care anymore. It's
He's not on the screen. Let's not get
Wait,
copyrighted.
no. Wait. Here we go. Put me back on. Here we go. There we go. Look at this stuff. He's locked in on Brent Keith.
What a game!
Wow.
She was right.
He just trying to
Wow.
He just trying to
Wow.
RKO Haynes King there.
Wow.
What a game!
Oh my gosh. All right.
Will, you have a comment directly for you, by the way.
That was after I told him about Georgia Tech.
Mm-hmm.
Well, tell you what, that makes next week's game a lot more important. You learn the most about a team between week 1 and week 2, and for Georgia Tech, next week's game is
Hey, Ben Moore
going to
just
learn a
tweeted
lot
out,
about this team.
the perfect scenario for Georgia State football has just developed.
Hey, 258 people watching live, watch along show. We appreciate you watching. Give us about 10 minutes. We're going to be locked back in with a post game show. Opening up. Should we just open them up here? Like, should we just roll with this? We can always
Let's
edit
make
and cut. Do they get ranked?
They get ranked.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Week zero is tough, but I'm gonna say yes.
I don't remember this
Georgia
guy
Tech gets in the top
commenting any of
25.
this.
All right, hey, we're gonna set up a new episode, new show, 10 minutes. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Check us out on Twitter, my Twitter, Crowded Booth Twitter. We'll be right back. Thanks so much for watching.
Pile in here and make yourself feel at home.